Good evening. How's everybody doing? My name's 12 Gauge. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I hope that you find something that interests you, something that helps you keep coming back. And if you have been here before, thank you for continuing to come back and grace my channel with your presence. Hello, Tabby Cat. Hello, Rondi. Hello, Jeff. How y'all doing? I wasn't gonna get on tonight, but it's not like I'm bipolar or anything like that. I just had an issue happen today that I feel like I need to talk a little bit, and I have some stuff that I want to show as well. Just had a buddy pass away. He was 38 years old, and he passed away from a heart attack. So, usually whenever things go on in my life that I need to talk about, I talk it out with people that, are really understanding and they care. So I thought I'd get on here and I'd talk a little bit about my issues and as well as the things that I want to talk about. I found some more photos that I want to discuss, and I hope that you enjoy the presentation. Everything that I say here is strictly my analytical opinion. I try to present facts, and I try to keep it as analytical as uh, as possible. In the chat, we've been having some good chats because we've been having some awesome moderation. And we always keep it where your opinion is valid and everybody agrees to disagree. So we try not to get in here and start a bunch of drama and talk about things that we believe or we know, because in reality, some of us may have insider information, but some of us might not. So let's be courteous and let's keep it classy. And thank you so much for your thoughts and your prayers. Because man, it just blew me out of the water. So I've had to kind of work with that today. But anyways, I want to start off with some other pictures that I've been looking at, and I want to start off with the first one. If you were here the other night and it happened to be my most watched live yet, over 5,000 people watched it. 5.4. So that one on Saturday night kind of went hardcore, man. It went hardcore. Thank you guys for being here and um experiencing history taking place. So, you guys have questions, ask them in the chat. You have comments, any type of individual things that you want to talk about. Let's talk about it. But I want to start with this photo right here. Someone was kind enough to send me this photo. And if you remember me talking the other day about Maddie's room and the big chunk that was cut out of her wall, can you see that right there? It goes all the way down, which looks like it would have been against the wall. And there's a big old chunk right here. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Hey, Aquarius, welcome. And there's also this right here. I can't zoom in enough. It's kind of blurry, but I don't know if this is an outline of what was seen or taken, but this is definitely something that was important because it was taped up. Anytime something taped up, it's been my impression that it's important. So, I've had people tell me, well, this wasn't Maddie's room. This was Kaylee's room because of the slider. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Maddie's room? Y'all tell me. Is that Maddie's room? Because I'm pretty certain that's Maddie's room. That looks like the right side of the balcony. So I would say that would be Maddie's room. Yeah. But I've had people tell me that this was a slider. I don't believe it was a slider. I believe this is the windows open this way, and this is where the boots used to sit, and this is where her M used to be. But look at this right here. I mean, I know that you can see it. It starts right here, goes all the way up the wall, and all the way down the wall right here. So, whatever happened obviously did not go any higher than about, I would say, 3 feet maybe. And there was a cut right here in the wall. See, it's cut out. So that's sad to see. It really is. Um, because, I never really looked at this picture before that closely. I know that I had seen this part, but I'd never seen this part of the concrete or the sheetrock cut out. So that's just one of them that I wanted to talk to you about. And one more thing before I switch gears here. What do you think this piece of paper is? Anybody have any experience with forensics or investigations, crime scene investigations, anything like that? What do y'all think that might be? Anybody? Hey, woke up 1984. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Um, Heather, how you doing? It was taken around the time that they were doing the investigation. Around the time that they were investigating the crime scene. I don't know who took it. I know where I saw it, but this individual sent it to me today, and he asked not to be named, so I'm going to respect him for that. Um, but I'm asking you guys a question. Do you know what this would be right here? It obviously has some kind of letters on it, and you know, and it's taped up as if it might be a checkoff list, or it might be something to document your findings outside. Does anybody have any understanding of what that might be? Splatter, maybe an all clear or has been searched. I really couldn't say without knowing it when it was taken. They use that for their 3D model. It's what I heard. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So this would be something that would give the 3D model of the room. And I was watching another channel, or yeah, I was watching something else on 3D forensics today, and it's very interesting how they have that little wand that flashes that light, and it's able to diagram the crime scene or a car crash or something like that. Um, so I wanted to show you guys that. Okay, let me stop sharing so I don't dox myself here. Also, I found this photo right here. Tell me what y'all see. What do you see in that photo? Do y'all remember when that photo was, or when that situation occurred? Do you remember those orange curtains? Do you see what's in the background right there? For $300. Jeff H. What are those things right there by the curtain? Oh, Christy beat you to it. Christy beat you to it. Golf clubs, you're right. Do we know whatever happened to Ethan's golf clubs? Do we know if there were ever um okay. Jeff gave us an explanation of that piece of paper. It says because it's a black square, it appeared as a rectangle, the camera would know it's shooting from a side angle instead of straight on. Okay, gotcha. So these were the golf clubs right here. As you can tell, as you zoom in, there they are, right here. Do we Has anybody ever heard anything else about these golf clubs? What happened to them? Anybody? There you go, Jeff. Golf clubs. Have y'all heard what happened to these golf clubs? Anybody? Were they ever returned to the Chapins? Because the last I heard that the police still had the golf clubs. So, they put the golf clubs in the U-Haul truck. Were these right here? You believe, or you think? Well, I mean, I wouldn't think that there was more golf clubs in the house other than the one they loaded up, but I don't know. It's a possibility. But those look kind of shabby. Do you have any kind of proof that happened, Jeff? Do you have any pictures or videos or anything like that? I'm not asking for receipts. I'm not being that type of guy tonight. But let's look at this photo right here. This is a photo taken on 9/1/22 when the police went out to investigate the noise complaint. And I thought this was interesting. That's why, I mean, I tried not to make it blurry, but obviously it's blurry. This is the living room, and this is Xana's room. So let me see if I can. Okay, that's another photo. So on that night, I got a little bit of that clip. Okay. Um, Let me see if I can find that clip. That way we can watch it. Jeff, you want to come up for a minute? It's okay if you don't. I mean, let's see. I heard this earlier. I was looking at this noise complaint, and it was interesting when I was watching it. Do you remember when they were pretending to be each other in that video? And one of them said, "Oh my God, that's horrid." Well, you can hear that at the beginning of this video. And I was wondering if that was Bethany that was saying that, or if it was somebody else that was copying her saying. I'm going to play it for you. So, let me see. It's kind of long, so bear with me here. And I'm giving Cycle Breakers, and he obviously borrowed this from Grizzly True Crime. So, because you can see a little bit of Grizzly's chat in this. So, here we go. Let me make sure I got the sound up. Because it's right at the very beginning. I want you to be able to hear her say that. Oh my God, that's horrid. Here we go. Did y'all hear that?
Now let's go make contact.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Who lives here?
We're not actually.
You don't know who lives here?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
We're just here for a noise complaint.
Oh, okay. No.
The other ones were because they ran like crazy. Beat on the damn door. Oh, look at that.
Okay, the reason I played that is because I wanted you to hear the noise that was coming from the house. Did y'all hear the noise that was coming from the house? Especially when she said, "Oh my God, that's horrid," at the very beginning. Which I thought was interesting because that was always presented in that video when they were pretending to be each other. One of them, I think it's Maddie or Dylan, acts like Bethany, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's horrid." Yeah, it's really loud. But I want you to see when the police finally get somebody at the door, okay? And I want you to notice how these guys act. I know you've seen it 100 times, but I want to look at it a little closer. I want you to hear how the police interact with them, and I want you to see how these guys are acting. If this was a drug house, because I've seen this more than once today on the YouTube streets, that seemed to be picking up momentum again. I don't know why, but it seemed to be picking up momentum that this was a drug house, a trap house, drug hub, you name it. So if the cops are outside and this was a drug house, would you make it a priority to make this much noise so you could have them come over all the time? Here we go.
So everyone here's trespassing?
Well, no one's here that's trespassing, but no one that lives here is here right now.
So where'd they go?
They're just not here. I have no clue where they went. No clue.
So you guys just throwing a party in their house at this
They were
time?
here at one point. They're not here right now. I just searched all the rooms.
They left and went over to some other party, and everyone is about to
I
leave
just
and
searched
go
all
over
the
to
rooms
another
and looked
party.
for them.
Okay. Who does live here? What are their names?
I am actually not sure. I live across the street.
Okay.
I just came over. I haven't drank and drive.
Male, female?
I think it's mainly females. I think it's like 4
What
females.
sorority are they affiliated with?
I don't know.
All right. I don't.
Yeah, you
I don't know
do.
if they're. I don't know if they're
I
associated
don't.
with the. I don't know.
So,
I guarantee you they're associated with the sorority. As many of them are living here. It's an off-campus sorority house. I've been a cop for 22 years here. I'm not stupid. Don't play dumb games with me. I would rather deal with this as a noise complaint than getting a hold of the Greek council and the Greek board and all of that and the dean of students and playing all these stupid fucking games.
Do you?
All I want to do is deal with the noise
Quick
complaint.
question. Do you
Because I
want
guarantee you there's a lot of underage drinking because they left their alcohol behind.
Do you want us to try and get a name or a phone number,
Please,
and
if
we
you
can
could.
call someone?
We just need to talk to somebody who lives here because otherwise I have to be under the assumption you guys are unlawfully entered because no one who lives here is here,
Okay.
right?
That is a lie. Because you don't have to answer the door when the police come knocking. You don't have to answer the door. Did you know that? They could knock all they want. You don't have to answer that door. So that is a lie. Let's see what he continues to tell them.
We'll go.
So I need to verify that there was a party here. Now everyone left, so thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thanks,
Sorry, we're
guys.
not trying to make your life.
I understand. I just letting you know this is how it's going to play out. I'm not going anywhere until I talk to somebody who actually lives
Just
here.
no
you
one's
guys
not
mind to
associated.
leave the door open for us? That way we can get some sort of communication between us and them.
No
When they
one
come in.
lives here right now. So.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do.
And,
Thank you.
and hey guys, really, we're just coming here on this phone here.
People want to be dumb.
All right, can you hear me, Maddie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you live at 1122 Queen Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So hey,
Okay, I just wanted to show that a little bit because I wanted to show you that, it's interesting how many people claim that this is a drug house, that there's a lot of situations going on in this house that are less than honorable. Thank you, Terry. Here's a photo that I wanted to talk about right here. This was the disaster response team. This showed up probably, I would say, 3 weeks to clear out the house. I don't know if y'all remember seeing that. Do you remember? Do you remember acknowledging, thinking anything different? That these people are disaster cleanup, property damage and repair experts, fire, smoke, wind, but nowhere does it say crime. So what are they cleaning up? What kind of fire, smoke, or wind are they cleaning up? Okay, let me stop sharing this. Here's a better picture into Xana's room. Somebody just said your channel is nice and mellow. Y'all agree with that? Nice and mellow at the end of when you want to just hear updates and relax. Okay, cool. So, do y'all believe that? Okay. So, right here is Xana's room. As you can tell, that bed is probably, if this is the bed, she had a big queen looking size bed, it looked like. And this looks like the air conditioner duct, and there's the light. I thought that was interesting because it doesn't look like there's a lot of room between the bed and the window, unless this has something else leaning against it, which who knows what it is. But I thought that picture was kind of interesting. You see that bed? Like, there's not, these rooms are very small, and none of them had fans, it looks like. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all think that's a bed or it's a desk or what? What do y'all think? Jane says it's a twin. Y'all think it's a twin? You think it's bigger than a twin? Julianne says agree. So chill and to the point. Thank you. You think it's a twin? Do you think it's a queen? Beef. Oh, bed. What kind of bed? Oh, you said it's a bed? But what kind? Do you think it's a queen? Do you think it's a king? Or do you think it's a little one like Maddie had? Full. Okay. We can go with that. Because it looks like it has a headboard or like the end of the bed's right here. But I always thought she had a desk against this wall right here. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that, but do y'all remember her having a desk? Julie says full. Teresa said maybe a full size. Yeah, I mean, it could be either or. I mean, it's interesting to see that bed is right there against that. And here's another shot. This one is one that I screenshotted off a video because I thought it was cool looking, and I wanted to show another angle of this bed. There's a little better view where the lighting is not so reflective. And see, maybe that's the bed and maybe that's a chair. You see where there's something different right here? It looks like there's the bed, there's the light. I don't know. I could be wrong. There's a little better far away. And there's the living room. And this window was always open. If that window could talk, right? Okay. You said your daughter had the same size? Okay. Heather, do you know if there was a closet behind the door or it was to the side? I've never seen that video, so I don't know. If y'all can find that video, email it to me and I'll show it. But I don't remember that video. But I remember as you walk down that hall, there's the bathroom right here. And as you walk in, there's a little cubby area right here, and that's the little closet that you're talking about. Because Jeff and I have talked about how the perpetrator could have walked through that door and kind of hid in that little cubby, waiting for one of the two to come in and ambush them. That was just one of our theories very early on. I don't know. Um, I don't know if that happened or not, but it's very, very feasible. We never know. So Jeff and I, oh, we're talking about Xana's room. We're talking about that video that you were just talking about her laughing. So I don't know if this is a chair, this is a little piece of the desk or whatever, but that definitely is a bed right there. And around right here is like a little cubby hole area. It's a very small room. And that's obviously when the police were lighting up the living room saying, y'all need to come to the door, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting to say the least. And I have a video.
Well, no one's here that's trespassing, but no one that lives here is here right now.
So where'd they go?
They're just not here. I have no clue where they went. No clue.
So you guys just throwing a party in their house at
They
this
were
time?
here at one.
I have no clue where they went. So they shouldn't have answered the door to begin with. They should have just let them keep on knocking. It is not a crime to not answer the door.
One point. They're not here right now. I just searched all the rooms.
They left and went over to some other party, and everyone is about to leave and go over to another party.
I think these two were summoned by Bethany because they were the only ones that were 21 and older. So, don't you think those AC shafts would transmit sound from one room to another? Very good point. Very good point. I believe they would. I believe they would. I mean, especially if they're that close together, you know? Wanted to show you guys, and if you're in the chat, I've noticed that a lot of you have put comments in the comment section that you meant to put in the chat section. So make sure your voice is heard, your comments are put in the comment section. That way, everybody can see what you have to say about the video. So we've seen that one. So I have a picture of Koberger's family residence here. And the reason that I want to talk about this is the layout. The layout of the property. As you can see, it's very spacious and very, very surrounded by trees. Has a long deck in the back, 2-car garage, and there's a driveway right here. I believe that's where they found the Elantra. But just speculating here. So do you think there's if this individual did this, I said if, okay, do you think they searched this area thoroughly? Or do you think they just arrested him, searched the house, and took him into custody and left the rest of the stuff unsearched? Because this is January 3rd. He was taken into custody, what, the 1st or the 2nd? Y'all help me out, chat. Christy, was he taken into the custody on the 1st or the 2nd? Or Twizzle or Heather? I can't really remember right now. They tore that house apart? Okay. I know that they tore the house apart, but I don't know if they did the outside. Oh, it was the 29th that they took him into custody? Okay. The early hours of the 30th. Read that. Is there a FOIA for the house? Awaiting to take him into custody, whether they saw him dispose of anything or they just went with whatever was in the house. And it's interesting to think about because I don't understand why they would be so lax to just allow that to go unnoted. I had a picture, man. I don't know where it went. I swear. Let me pull up another one since I work off two computers. A lot of you have been asking me in comments about this or what I think about this. And I am not a conspiracy person, so you're not going to get a conspiracy answer from me, okay? But we are going to talk about it, and I want to know your thoughts on it. Let me see if I can pull up a good picture. That's not a good picture. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on with me. Let me see if I can get a good picture here, a good big picture, so y'all can see it. Okay, I guess this will have to do. So let me go ahead and share this, and we'll talk about this, okay? Because you guys have wanted to know about this, so let's talk about it. I've had multiple questions about this. Can y'all see that? Not the guy at the bottom selling soap or whatever, but can y'all see the ladder right here? I want to talk about the ladder, okay? Because I've had many people ask me, do I believe that the ladder was part of the crime scene? And if it was, how come it was never taken into evidence? So, chat, I'm asking you, do y'all believe that the ladder was part of the crime scene? Do you believe that the perpetrator used this ladder to either get out of the house, to get into the house, or to do any kind of nefarious thing with this ladder? Because this ladder was on one of the noise complaints where the officers go up this hill and they're back here with Kaylee and Hunter sitting on the couch. I remember this ladder being propped up against right here, this little area by the first floor. Somehow or another, it got placed upward, and I don't know if that's where people started to think that this was part of the crime scene, or if it was just something that was being used there to put the crime tape against. What do y'all think? Jeff says the ladder was at the spot in the video where police talked to Kaylee at the back of the house. Yes. Yes, it was. Twiddle says, I think no, but there is a chance. Kim says, welcome, Kim. The ladder just happened to be stored at the side of the house. I don't think it was used in the crime. Last I seen the ladder, it was laying down, so I don't know. But yeah, good way to get to Xana's room. The ladder was here for a long time. Ruling out, not yet. Maybe not sure about the ladder. LMO says used in the crime scene. Maybe police set it up right to make the crime tape be higher to wrapped around the house. Possibility. Heather says, I say no, not involved. Okay. Paula, welcome. Hi, everyone. Just got here. I was behind, but working on catching up. Welcome, everybody who's in the chat. Please remember to hit the like button, okay, if on your way in. Isn't that what everybody says? Please hit it on the way in or on the way out, one or the other. I think they just walked in. Yeah, I mean, it's very more probable that happened. Because the ladder, it would take a lot of effort. Even though this is a small ladder, it doesn't look heavy at all. But wouldn't it be easy to spot somebody carrying a ladder on the side of the house? especially if you're another vehicle and you're driving by and the lights happen to shine off the silver on the ladder and reflect. It would be easy to be seen, and you know, it makes you wonder that the ladder wasn't there, but it's I had a lot of comments about it. That's why I wanted to discuss it for these individuals that had comments about it. Ladder sadly equal probability to perp lights for the holiday. It was there in the summer. No garage. Right. Nope. No garage. Not recently. There used to be a garage. Jeff, you want to come up? Let's have a conversation, Jeff. How about you, Heather? You want to come up? You haven't been on panel yet. Or Twizzle, want to come up? The little snow in front of Xana's window looks like it was disturbed. I believe it was used. Okay. And that's what's awesome about having these conversations is it doesn't hurt for you to have an opinion. It doesn't. It doesn't hurt. And whether we believe you're right or you're wrong, that's your opinion and that's your word and that's your right as a individual to be heard. So if they were all out doing their thing and to let people in, easy for them to unlock whatever they could. Living room window to get in. The ladder is in a vulnerable position. Don't think it was part of the crime. Okay, Jeff, I sent the link. Can't learn anything if you live in an echo chamber. Well, that's true. If bedroom doors are locked, living room window would be easy to unlock at the last minute and then not pay attention. Come on, Heather, come on up. Last time I saw you on panel was on Detective John's show, and I was on that panel with you. Come on up. I'm curious to know your thoughts on some of this stuff. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, 12 gauge, how you doing, man?
Hey, I wish I was doing better, but you got to keep going, right?
Yeah, we're not promised tomorrow, and you gotta appreciate what
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's
I'm sorry to hear about your friend, man. That's hard. That's hard.
yeah. Well, come on up, Heather. I got you mistaken with somebody else then. I thought it was you. Maybe it was another Heather. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, did you want to
Come on
see
up.
that? You mentioned that the house when it had a garage.
Yeah,
Do you want to
why
do
don't
you
you
want to see
show
that?
that? I mean, that I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I was trying to send you a bunch of pictures through text, and it was like wasn't letting them all go through. But that was one that I tried, so I got that one real quick right here.
Twiz, you want to come up? Do we know if windows were collected as evidence? Hey, great question. I did a stream on that, and I don't know if they had a thickness of glass that would keep sound in, because I thought it was interesting that if there was a thickness, like if there were storm windows with two plies or whatever, there's the man. Twiz, what's up?
Whizzle.
What's happening?
What's up, my schnizzle, twizzle,
Oh,
fidizzle?
just chilling.
So, what's your thought on that, really quick, Twiz? Do
On
you
what?
think do you think the windows were collected for evidence?
The windows.
Yeah,
I would hope so, or
yeah,
at least looked over.
yeah. I would hope so too.
I hope they went over every inch of that house.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they didn't leave anything unturned.
For sure.
But you're right. Woke up. They didn't take the trash. They didn't touch the ladder that we know of. But hey, who knows? We weren't there. I mean, we saw
Well, do we know they
pictures.
didn't? Did we know they didn't? I mean, they could have gone through the trash, taken it out, took pictures of it. Now they didn't take it with them. I guess you're talking about the trash on the back porch, right?
Yeah, I think that's what
Or
they're
the
talking
kitchen.
about.
I mean, you could take it out, check it out, look it out, and put it right back in the trash can. I know
Yeah.
somebody did point out it looks like the container that's on the top of that trash looks just like the container that Kaylee and Maddie left the grub truck with. So I don't know if that's the case. That means I imagine they finished eating what they got at the grub truck. Which also, I guess, is kind of important actually. If you think about it, because if you're talking about what time did this happen, we know what time they bought the food. If that is the container, we can kind of estimate, what time they ate it.
So do you know, Jeff, when this garage was in front of the house? You know what year that might have been?
I don't. I could probably Google and figure this out. Maybe. I just have the photo. I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
when it is.
Okay. Hey,
Um,
Twiz, you have some fans in the audience, man.
Yeah.
They're-
Or they're haters. I don't know.
No, they're saying Twiz with exclamation point, so doesn't look like haters to me.
I get around.
Okay, well, nothing wrong with that. But I think that's an interesting photo, Jeff, because there is that garage there. And obviously, when they moved that garage, they leveled it out and that became part of the driveway, right?
right. Right.
Because that's where Ethan's Jeep usually parked, correct?
Yeah, they tore that down.
Yeah,
They had to have filled that in with dirt too.
yeah.
Looking at this picture.
Yeah, it looks like they would have had to tear it down a little bit, to take that concrete out of there and stuff. But the house looks pretty much the same. It doesn't look like, other than the front door. Can you imagine if that front door still would have been on there like that?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
the front
just
door's
being
definitely
glass.
wrong. It looks like that lower wall is updated.
Yeah.
I can't tell with this picture if it's
Can you zoom it
been
in, Jeff?
completely re-sided or not.
I think so. Yeah. Trying to look over. Look at. I was actually thinking. I don't know if you can see.
Okay, there it is.
You can't
I
read
just don't
the.
understand why they tore that garage down. That doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Who knows? Maybe it got like the wood got all rotten or something, or maybe it had a leak. And
Yeah,
it's like, let's
maybe.
just get rid of it.
Well, I mean, there was some hella party thrown in that garage. They probably weren't.
They're partying in the house anyway. What does that? That doesn't change anything.
Well, I know, but I'm saying they probably, threw some hella parties in that garage or something.
Maybe it was a danger to fall because there's like a wall there, but then they filled it in anyway. So I don't know.
I don't either.
Well, the guy at the grub truck did say people have fallen, so maybe that's.
Yeah.
You've heard people
have
talk about
fallen.
that. I really, my gut tells me if I was a betting person, when he says people have fallen, because he's responding to whatever somebody said on the Twitch stream that he's watching on his computer screen. I mean, it's winter. You got a grub truck. They got people standing there in the cold. I'm thinking he's talking about when the sidewalk there is icy, and yeah, people have fallen. But others have interpreted it to mean.
Okay,
guess,
Heather
trying to
said
say
she sent another picture of the house. So who'd you send it to? Twiz? They needed 6 parking spaces for the 6 bedrooms. Well, that makes sense.
Maybe she put it in
Discord?
her Discord.
Let me look. Yeah, she did, and I don't have a clue how to get that. How to send
Can you
that
see it?
somewhere.
What's a picture look like? Because I might have it. I'm kind of
It's
going
the
through
one. Let me see. She had the red Jeep. It looks like they were about to start putting the wood up.
Oh, it's like an old picture back in the day type of picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
okay.
do
I
I?
might not have seen that.
How do I?
Can you just right click on it and say save the image somewhere else on your computer?
Let me just send it to myself, and then I'll open it up. Okay. I wonder how long this house has been up. Do y'all know that?
You know, I thought I saw somebody had found like documentation like that. I don't recall though.
Green grew up in it,
Okay.
so it's got to be
Didn't he grow
50,
up in it,
60
but he
years
was
old.
too young to remember it? So
I
he
saw
wasn't that
yesterday
old.
that he moved away when he was like 11 or 12 or something like that.
Okay, there it is. There's the house that there's the house that Heather sent. Yes, I have a Discord. I can send you on my Discord, I guess. I don't know. 1960s, but add-ons. Wow, that house was old.
I'm
1960s.
looking. I bought Green's book. Let me see if he mentions that house. Like he was there.
That book's out already?
Well, I mean, I bought it on iBooks, Apple
Yeah,
Books,
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Jeff knows the author.
No, I don't know him, but I know he's Scott Green.
No, but look at the door, man. Like if that door would have been the same door of the murders, on the night of the murders, there might have been some fingerprints on that damn thing that you could have, maybe gotten off there.
They can get fingerprints on anything.
Yeah,
You would just see it easier on the glass.
yeah. And there's Xana's room again. I mean, let me ask you guys, either one of you ever worked in construction or know anybody who worked in construction? Are those
I've done.
windows one ply or two, or do they have storm windows?
I don't really know how you can look at them and tell, but with the white trim on them, I know they're newer, so I'd assume it's at least 2-ply, but
Okay.
they might not be.
Yeah, I did that stream with the Windows stuff, and that just made me think is if they were one ply, obviously with the window open, the living room window, man, that was loud outside. You could tell by the
The
body
body
cam.
cam.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
body cam video. So just one window made everything kind of loud in that little area. So I don't know. I
I'm
don't know
looking
what
through
the.
his. I'm looking
Go
through his
ahead.
book here. I don't see. I haven't found yet like anything on the age of the house, but there is a line in here where somebody says, Scott, Scott, the president, Scott of the university, Scott grew up on this campus. And then it says none of the other candidates had that deep history. I guess it's talking about, I don't know, something he was, well, maybe then when they were trying to decide who'd be president, maybe that's what that's getting at.
Do
I
y'all
got to be
have
honest,
an
I haven't read this book yet, but
Do
just
y'all
from
have an
listening.
opinion on why the university wanted the house down so badly, so quickly?
Uh, I mean, that goes along with a lot of things, potentially, because they didn't want people to remember it. They didn't want it to scare people from coming to school,
Yeah.
you know?
Here's another shot of the house. This is the most famous house in the country, I tell you. Well, here's another image of the ladder. Okay. I know for a long time people were saying that, you could shimmy up the ladder, go into Xana's room. But to me, it'd be easier to go down here and go through the living room area and then go do what you're going to do. Why would you go into Xana's room first unless that's where you started?
Well, I
See?
think the reason why people think that they went out the window is because of the story of how Ethan was blocking the door.
Okay.
Right,
Because
right.
if you can't get in through the door the day after, you ain't getting out of that door that night.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's just a miscommunication that it wasn't that it was the door was blocked, but that it was locked. That it might have been a little misunderstanding, or there's also the third option that maybe either Ethan or Xana. Well, if it was Ethan blocking the door, maybe there was just enough life in him left as he tried to crawl to the door, and then didn't. That's where he ended up.
Well, that makes a lot of sense right there. It really does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out what their wounds were like, because from all accounts that we've heard, I don't think that they lived very long.
Yeah.
I don't either.
But maybe you could crawl a few feet. I don't know. But he'd have to prop up himself against the door too.
Did I read somewhere that something was done to his throat as well, or is that? I believe there was something done to his legs, like the inside of his legs or something.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
it was on Reddit very early on that they were cut all the way to the hamstring area.
Yeah, people. I've heard a couple things. One being the Achilles, the other one cutting through the hamstrings.
Yeah, I heard a third one too, and I really don't want to repeat it on here, but it kind of makes sense about the targeting aspect of it. Um, because he had supposedly, okay, this is supposedly, and I read it, so it's not like I'm making it up here. I just can have never found half of the stuff that I want to show anymore because it disappeared. But he had a part of his anatomy um, messed with, so you know that kind of why people were saying, well, it was targeted because he had the most vicious injuries, him and Kaylee. So I don't know how you would determine whose injuries are worse than the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they all suffered regardless. So I don't know how you would say one was worse than the other. Y'all have any opinion on that?
I mean, those would be opinions, you know.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
not everyone's opinions are correct.
of
But who
course.
knows?
Yeah. I mean, and that's sad to even put that out there if it wasn't true. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, like with all the rumors about the wounds, like there's no way all of those rumors are correct. So somebody got some information wrong somewhere.
Right.
I know you guys are probably you've heard. I guess. I mean, I think I've heard too that the. I mean that Kaylee's face received a lot of damage. Right? Is that? Have you heard that?
Yes.
So I mean, when I think about that, and I think if the weapon is a knife, I don't see going for somebody's face, their hard skull, with again, you know where I'm going with this probably, the butt end of the knife, the back end, the hammer, basically, and that's what leads me to believe that connecting that also with it's to make it a quiet crime. It sure would help if the victims are unconscious. Even Willie agreed. Like if they were knocked out, I could see how this happened. I think the way he put it, that's like, well, okay, like maybe they weren't drugged
If
and
it was
knocked
done
out, but maybe they were.
quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Do
mean,
y'all
you know, I
believe
don't know
in
if
the
it's.
stun gun aspect? Anybody?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying
It
that.
could be.
That's a
Yeah.
possibility, definitely.
I don't really discount any of the theories because we don't know anything.
Yeah, this is where I heard it,
So
guys. This is where I heard that part. It says it was Annalise that broke the news about Ethan, minus the anatomy missing. The coroner also confirmed where Ethan was in Xana's room. So yeah, that's where I heard it. I think Jeff is right. What? I don't think the window was used with people wandering around in that area. He could be seen. Jeff is right.
I
Jeff is
don't
right.
think
Mark,
Whoa.
write
I
that
don't
down.
think it
Write the
was
date
used
down. He
either,
said
but
somebody said I'm right.
Did you pay
I get
that
one.
man to come in here, Jeff?
I get one a year. One. I get one right.
I
Well,
just think the front of that house is on camera somewhere. So if somebody did go out that window, they would know.
yeah. She could have been knocked out with all that face trauma. Most definitely, yeah.
I think it was Steve that said that he couldn't even recognize her. So
Yeah, I remember hearing that too, Twiz. Steve said Kaylee's wounds looked like puncture wounds. I remember that.
Oh my gosh, I don't
It's
want to even think
incredible
about
that no
having to
info
see my
was released
child's.
about the autopsy. Well, I remember hearing that the autopsy was released and that there was um, no illegal substances or anything that would have drugged them. So I don't know whatever that's worth. So let's see. 75 in chat. What the? Whoa. Makes more sense it happened after Kaylee's final call, but prosecution says no. Why can't they just show it the camera footage? Oh no.
What was that one again? Read that. What that one? I missed.
It
I missed that.
says makes more sense it happened after Kaylee's final call, but the prosecution says no. Why can't they just show it the camera footage, etc., and it will be all over? This week
The
should be
prosecution is
all.
saying no, it didn't happen like directly right after the call, or because I mean, 4 a.m. somewhere between 4 and 4:30 a.m. is technically after the call, but I think they're meaning right after, directly after.
Yeah. Well, y- y'all didn't answer me. I asked you guys what y'all thought about the stun gun aspect. Have y'all ever heard that?
I've heard it.
When you
I just
get
don't
Yeah.
know
the
if it's
stun
true or not.
gun, do you scream out? Do you or do you just kind of free? I think I've seen people, at least with the ones that shoot
It
the
depends on where you
strings.
get hit
Yeah.
and how strong they are, I bet.
I've never noticed Murphy in the background in this, Jeff.
Yeah, that's why I pulled it up. I'm just sitting here basically going arrowing down. I just searched for images on this hard
Yeah,
drive and I thought I saw that and I thought, I mean, there's an image of the speaker for one as well, and Murphy there.
yeah,
So I mean, that also answers the question too. I was also curious about, like, did Murphy just kind of roam free in the house? Because I think somebody the other night on a live was saying, well, how does Dylan hear Murphy when Murphy's in the room? You
yeah,
know, but I think Dylan would know that on other days, many other days, Murphy was probably playing in Maddie's room. Assuming with the noises that she's hearing, she probably think, oh, this is one of those days. Just happens to
yeah.
be in the middle of the night when I'm trying to sleep. Can't you play with the dog tomorrow? Is what I'm thinking. Maybe she might have been considering.
Exactly, exactly. But I've never noticed that. That dog's
Me
right there,
neither.
right with the owner. He's like right there, as
Yeah,
most dogs
it
are.
caught my eye too. I was like, oh, I never noticed that.
So that's the speaker that supposedly the perpetrator linked up to on his Bluetooth. How could you link?
Yeah,
How could you link up to
there's
this?
no way that's true.
I don't think so
I'm
either.
putting a big fat 0% chance on that happening.
I was thinking that too, because unless you know the little code that's usually sent to you from that device, and it's
Well, you also
usually
have to, on typically with Bluetooth devices, you have to put it in the mode that to connect to. And
yeah,
I have a small JBL. Maybe the big ones are different. I've never used one, but you have to
mhm,
hold down the Bluetooth button, and then it beeps, and then you can
yeah,
connect to a new device, like a new phone or whatever, to it.
I will
yeah,
say though that my daughter would irritate me because I'd be listening to music through my speaker, and then she would just kind of like. Of course, now maybe she went through some connection process like you're talking about. That's not as. Although I don't know, I what I'm trying to say was I'd be listening to music, and then all of a sudden she'd connect with her Bluetooth to my speaker, put on her song. Um,
Yeah, a lot
and
of
I
them allow
think,
like multiple connections
I
like
mean, I've
that.
got like a JBL. It's called an Extreme 3. It's kind of a pill shape,
yeah.
but
Those
it's kind of bigger.
JBLs.
Hmm.
But you
And
know
I think
what?
that's what that is.
Usually what happens on mine is if somebody's trying to connect, it knocks you off. It knocks the primary guy off, and you got to reconnect.
It
But
depends. Some of them have
yeah,
like two. They allow two phones to connect at once, so you like one person can pick a song, next person can pick a song.
yeah.
So,
So I mean,
Who's
that kind of proved that
but
probably
it
wasn't
would take
true.
a lot of work to connect to a Bluetooth speaker while you're committing a crime, and why would you do that?
Well, I don't know that it was while he was committing the crime. I think he was saying that, like, whenever it happened, there was record of his phone trying to connect. I don't think the implication was he was like feeling like some music, or like, I don't know,
Right.
maybe people need theme music while they're doing a crime like this. I don't know.
Well, Alex, we don't need to be angry here. I mean, whether you're being literal or whether you're being figuratively speaking, everybody's, free to have their opinion here. We don't try to push a narrative. So chill and have a good time, buddy. I think Xana's bed is full. You saw them take a full mattress and a big brown wood bed frame with the head and foot. Howard, I'm watching from the beginning. Okay. Yeah, we just try to chill in here. We don't really, try to start drama in the chat because you know what? Life too short for all that. We're just talking. The same
Yeah,
up here. The
none
same
of
up
us
here.
have none of us have the phone number of the executioner or anybody that's going to be doing, or any of the jury or any of the. Yeah,
I am the
people talk.
executioner.
Well,
Well,
Uncle
you're the
Twiz is the
closest.
executioner.
Hey, you're the closest celebrity we have on here. I mean, you're actually right there in that picture, right behind Koberger.
That's right. That's right.
True that. I call
Here,
this picture the Avengers, like I'm important.
hey Jeff, do you have that? I wanna talk about the black coat on the fire hydrant. That one got a
Yeah.
bunch of
Let's see.
comments too. So if
Sure.
you
How
have
about
that
that?
one available, I'd like to talk about that one as well.
I should have that.
And
Yeah.
not to debunk anybody's theories or thoughts. I just want to talk about it because I want to show what what people are thinking when it comes to that. Okay, I got you, Alex. It is crap that it's dragging on. It should already have a trial date. They should already have a trial date. Rondi says, I hate that coat.
There you go. I got the coat for you there.
What
Was
coat?
that was that fast
The
enough?
black one. Okay, yeah. We're not gonna watch the video. We're just okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I could play the video
Go
if you
ahead,
want.
yeah. This video got us a nickname.
Is this where it came from?
Yes, it did.
The
Exactly where
respectful
it
one,
came
or
from.
just
The
the cheat name?
respectful guilters. That's us, yeah.
That's us. Yep.
Because we're talking
You
about
know,
not being.
when I look at this, I'm not 100% sure that's not. Let me look at it again before I say it. I mean, is it possible it's a pair of pants? It's really hard to tell because it's really obscured by the fire hydrant. It's, and sometimes I look at it and I think it looks like a suit jacket, but actually right there at the very end, almost looks like the pants with the bottom legs at the bottom, or the leg openings at the bottom. I don't know.
I do see that too, Jeff. I do, but it looks like
Right there, it looks like pants.
yeah.
And I mean, and again, I'm one to give law enforcement the benefit of the doubt and assume, Brian is innocent. I presume innocent until proven guilty. They're competent until proven otherwise.
They've
So
been
I lean
proven
towards them.
incompetent a lot, Jeff. Come on. Come
Name
on,
one.
Jeff.
Give me one. Give me one.
Maori, Payne.
Maori? What's wrong with Maori? He was asked to do a simple task and not use the full capacity of a complex software. My opinion, my guess. That's my guess. It's like using Microsoft
You're
Word
good,
to just do
Alex.
a one-page something or other.
The chat said it's a black jacket. Okay.
I'd have to watch Maori again to really go into detail on that one.
Because
But
I mean, he talked about how like the elements that went into that report. It's like video editing. Video editing. It's non-destructive. The actual clips never get affected. You're just bringing them in, combining them, and then spitting out a final product.
yeah,
So my
you're
question.
talking apples and oranges with that, because the Cast Viz software, it has a lot of parameters that you put in like before. The issue is with that map that he screenshotted, they don't know the parameters on it.
So let me ask you
Like
a
what kind of
question.
parameters?
Do them
I don't
policemen
know what
have
they would
gloves
be.
on? Do they have gloves on, or can you
See.
see?
I think they do. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
their
have
hands
gloves
are
on.
black.
But look, if they were looking for evidence, they're shaking that coat. So if it has trace DNA on it, they're knocking it all off on the ground. They threw the coat back down. This is no big deal. Nothing to see here. We're taking off. Do you think they didn't know about Maddie's situation with the black coat at that point, or do you think that they just said, "Hey, this isn't a big deal. I was looking for a knife. There's no knife in here. I'm gonna move on down the road."
Was the black coat missing,
I don't
or
know.
do
Yeah, I
people
mean
just see them pick that up?
that's where my mind went, Twiz. It's like if they know, they've seen the crime scene and they know maybe she was even still wearing the jacket, passed out in the jacket in bed. They know they're not looking for a jacket because it's there.
Yeah,
I kind of wondered that.
I think people read a lot, like way too much into a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean because we just saw them on video. They picked it up. The one policeman went through the pockets, went through the sleeves, threw it back down. So I don't know. I don't know if this is even the black coat. I mean, to assume that this is the coat
She
is
wouldn't
very
have even gone down here, right? 'Cause she got driven home, unless they walked the dog down here afterwards, because we don't know where they took the dog, I guess. But
yeah.
why would the black coat be down here?
Maybe the Asian person brought it down there.
I don't believe there's a way in QuickTime Player here I can zoom in. No, I can zoom in on my screen, but I mean, I could take it into Adobe Premiere and we could zoom in on it. I was trying to see if there's a way to just play it in reverse too. I guess I could just,
I can tell you this though.
scroll it.
Lowry should have known that there was missing data from the stuff he was making that map with. Because I can tell you right now, with the very little that I know, I've never even used CastViz, that I wouldn't have submitted a map like that without some more information from what they used. Because I know what they're missing, and I know you can't tell shit from it.
Look at this comment. Allie says maybe he put on that black jacket to sneak out, but anything else on, maybe Bethany looked out, thought it was Maddie Quick or something to that effect. I don't know. In one of my videos, that jacket is hanging out from the blue dumpster, and there's a bunch of trash on the side of the dumpster, like someone moved out in a hurry. Oh, and there's a white bag full of bloody towels.
What is that little tag or the
If they
I think it's a
knew the
white thing
perp was
sticking out
wearing
of the
black
pocket.
and found black clothing, wouldn't that be reason enough to bag it? You would think so. You would think so.
Yeah, that would be a reason too, for sure. What do we know what date this video was taken?
I mean, that's what I'm wondering is,
Yeah,
did
I'm
they
not
know
sure.
at that point when they found this about the black coat?
I know I saw some, I don't know if it was stills or if it was more video from this time where there were officers that were like, they were even, I think, down on the Banfield and just, looked like they were checking out the whole area there. But I don't remember the date. It's probably Googleable.
Right. So that's the thing
Do
is
we
like I
do we
don't know a
know
lot of
that?
the dates when this stuff happened anymore. So
But do we know for certain, Rollo, that that person lived at Taylor Apartments? I heard he lived 1,000 feet from Brian.
yeah, he's supposed to live over in Pullman.
Yeah. So let's just put this one some closure on it, because if it was her coat, they messed it up because they picked it up, shook it around, and then dropped it again. So they contaminated that crime scene. So
And if it is a jacket, though, the way they're holding it there, it seems like they're holding it from like the neck of it. And
right.
the jacket she was wearing had a really big old hood. Um, so I'm leaning towards this. If it's a jacket, that it doesn't have a hood, maybe, but I couldn't know for sure.
I
But I
kind of want to
also
know
lean
what the
towards it
kids
being
wear.
pants.
Yeah, it might be pants, but I kind of want to know what the kids wear a lot. Because like when I lived in Pullman before, like you'd walk up on campus and 80% of the kids would be wearing black. Um,
Yeah,
what
black
brand is
hoodie.
that? Black North Face pullovers.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
everybody wore when I lived here
Had the little
before.
logo on the back right
yeah.
Yeah.
shoulder.
So
Yep.
like everywhere you went, you saw people wearing the same jacket. So people were like, well, that's Maddie's jacket. I swear that's pants. When he just threw them down there, you could tell how it folded
Didn't it
onto
seem
each
like
other.
pants?
Yeah, but every kid wore that. So like, I'm like, it's a black coat. Everyone wears black coats.
Yeah, those look like pants.
Yeah. You heard it here.
Hey. So my thing is, if it was evidence, they would have bagged it. If it was pertinent enough to the investigation, whether they knew about it, whether
Yeah,
they
that's
didn't.
pants. Pause it right there. Look at how even those two things are. And you can tell how they round it. There's a crease in the middle. That has to be pants.
Sure looks
Yoga
that way.
pants?
They might be snow pants.
Yeah, waiters kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. And like, I don't know how Moscow is that well, but like in Pullman, like you'd walk down the sidewalk and find stuff like that all the time. So,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
Yeah, I mean,
we
I
ended
showed
up with like 100-foot hose on our front lawn one night, which was awesome because it was an awesome hose and we needed it. But where it came
mhm.
from, I have no idea.
yeah,
I mean, this hydrant is like 50 feet from those trash cans that like were overflowing with stuff. Um,
yeah, that trash
especially
can
with
was,
people going home for the holidays. I mean, it's just
yeah, somebody could have thrown those out. It could have blown over there. We just never know.
yeah, that white
Yeah.
thing like there. I don't know if that's like the pocket itself, like inside out, so it's sticking out. So maybe right here, are we looking at maybe this is the waistline is hanging down at the ground, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you just never
Although it's
know.
right there, doesn't it look like it has a little string? Can you see my mouse? Kind of like the
Yeah,
drawstring on one of those like North Face jackets that you're talking about.
If they're snow pants, though, that could be the thing that attaches to
Oh,
the
to
coat.
keep the snow out of your boot, maybe. Well, no,
don't snow
Well, there's
pants
that.
have
or your
suspenders?
coat. Yeah, the
They
top one.
have not all of them, but like if there could be like snowboarding pants, but there's a thing. There's like straps that attach to your coat.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
some straps right there. Look at that. You're right.
I mean, like you said, Jeff, that blue dumpster was over full of trash and you name it, whatever. People throw away stuff all the time. Maybe, somebody dropped them. I saw a picture that I shown of a black looking hoodie thing that was covered up by leaves. And what you just said, Twiz, makes a lot of sense. You said people just drop stuff all the time, and you could be walking down the street and you run into all these clothes. It's very interesting that you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
I think
like
too. We. Oh, go ahead,
I've
Twiz.
got a pair of like bright pink shorts. This was found at the what they call the cliffs here, right? But I wore them. There's pictures of me inside of them, but they're like obviously girls' bright pink stuff. You can find stuff all over the place, man.
No judgment here, brother. No judgment here.
It was hilarious,
We're like Planet Fitness, judgment free zone right here.
right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So,
I
you
had to
know,
wear them. I mean, I found them. I had to wear them.
yeah, of course. You wash them, get the thing going on. Jeff, we have
Mhm.
Jeff. Jeff's a little celebrity in himself. I mean, he's been on panels after panels lately himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised my wife is letting me spend so much time. I
Yeah.
I
Have you started your own show though yet?
not yet. I'm still watching yours to take notes on how the first episode of first live is supposed to be done. Um,
Oh, Jeff,
That
you're the
was
one that
a
made
that
that
was a
live, so I
cool
don't know what you're
video.
talking about.
That was a cool video pic. I mean, you driving out to the Wawaway Park. That was a cool video right there. I liked
Yeah, it
it.
was fun.
So, were you one hand on the wheel, one on the camera, or did
No,
you
I
have a
actually got
GoPro?
like a mount for because I used a phone to record, so
Okay.
it straps up to the rearview mirror, so it kind of like hangs under it. But it was like $5, so
Okay.
it was pretty sick.
Man, I've yet to find a good one for my truck, and I think the best ones will be the ones that you put in the little coaster, the cup holder.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
And
Walmart.
this one I just got this at Goodwill today. This goes in the cup holder. Maybe I can send
oh,
this to you
okay.
because I just saw it and I thought if I ever want because I've got one that'll stick on a window too, and I thought if I'm ever doing like shooting a video and need a shot of a POV from the cup holder looking up at the driver, this would be the thing. But
I mean, the one that had the stick things in the back, the little suction cup. Man, they always go at the wrong time. You got the best video going on or something, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden there goes your phone in your lap or down in the around the.
Walmart actually had a pretty good selection, and I asked the lady that was working there if they had more, and she pointed down like a complete different section than I was even looking, and that's where I found like the $5 one.
Okay. I might go check that out, man.
But they had some like ones that go in the cup holder and stuff. But the rear view mirror one for driving, like that's perfect.
Hey, got your guitar strings. Look out,
Yeah.
world. Right
Yeah,
now,
I'm
when
gonna
people talk
go.
about Eddie Van Halen, soon they're going to be talking about 12 gauge.
Yeah, before long, I'm gonna be playing my own intros, right?
That's right. That's right.
Won't be singing, but I'll be playing my own intros. Wouldn't that be awful to be copyrighted by your own stuff? I mean, you accidentally hit a note you didn't even realize you hit, and you get a copyright strike.
I wonder how they even do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff, any theories?
You mean how the detection of music on your YouTube
Yeah.
channel is done?
Yeah,
I'm sure it's like it's like a voice fingerprint kind of thing or an audio fingerprint. You just
Yeah.
like if you take this hand and you say, is it the same size as this hand? You put it over, and if it's a perfect match, this is also how
Right.
difference mode works too. Is just this
yeah.
kind of thing. It cancels the other out, but I think it's that kind of thing because it's
You
kind
gotta
of
speed
similar
it
to
up
like
a
if
little
you
bit.
use Shazam. Yeah, people speed up the music, but I wonder if they can get around that. They just kind of can calculate like,
Yeah.
okay, it's the same
Speed
match.
it
It's just
and then
like
change the notes up a
pitch.
couple
Yeah.
Yeah,
pitches.
I've seen people play only so much of the song and then stop it. It's almost like they know
Yeah.
just
That's
enough
where
to
the
play.
fair use comes in.
Yeah,
If you play stuff for too long is when you get like the copyright
yeah,
stuff on the streams, you know?
right. Well,
You have
guys,
any
I
interest in
appreciate y'all
singing?
being on
Oh,
panel. I guess I'm gonna shut it down. It's been a hell of
shutting
a
it down
day.
already?
So,
Shutting it
yeah.
down already? 12? You haven't gone 6 hours yet. What are you doing?
Well,
Go light out.
I got a live coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna be talking about some Texas crime. It's a cold case, so y'all tune in if you're interested in cases that are other than Idaho 4. And I'm going to finish up the profiling on Brian Koberger on Wednesday night with Carla. So we're going to get to the positive portion of it, and we're going to kind of put it all together to show the disparity between the profiling assessment and basically how professionals really get to the determination of profiling somebody who could match these character traits. And then you know who I was thinking about doing next? The guy that was in to Making a Murderer. What was that guy's name?
I have no idea.
Stephen Avery or something like that.
Right, right.
Did
I
y'all see
haven't
that
watched it.
on
I've still
Netflix?
got to see that. I've heard many people talk about it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Man, if you think this case is the Idaho 4 case is crazy, you watch that, you'll be like, it's anxiety. You better get you some good anxiety meds because it will
Hmm.
take you on a bipolar run.
How many people did he kill?
It ended supposedly just one,
Hmm.
but get this, okay? I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Supposedly he essayed her, tied her up, slit her throat, but they found no blood in the room, and then he supposedly shot her. They found no blood in the garage, a bullet casing. Um, he had got exonerated on another rape charge. It was suing the city for I think $43 million or something. And then out of the blue, this other person goes missing and murdered and raped. So they went after him hardcore.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So they believe that this was a targeted attack on Mr. Avery. I mean, he's had some high level lawyers that have kind of stated that he is innocent, but he's still on in the prison area. Where'd you get this, Jeff?
Well, I'm just like I said. I'm just arrowing up through all my images that are in my Idaho
Isn't that
4
where
drive.
that camera is supposedly?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Did you guys think it like is roughly right here
It's like
to the
tucked
left of the
up
white
under one
door?
of the. Isn't it like tucked up under the downspouts from the gutter or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Go
mean I'm
straight
still
ahead.
looking. There's got to
How
be
how much can you zoom in on that?
yeah. Let me show you.
Cause see that porch area right there? That it's supposed to be around that area.
See, it starts
Cause
getting
that's
really kind of
710. Yeah,
pixelated here. So, but this is the spot that we'd be looking for a camera,
yeah,
and that would show us a view. Yeah, that shows a definitely good view. I would assume like
yeah.
if this was my house, I was putting the camera there, it'd be there, but it'd be pointing a little this way because assuming somebody's going to come up these stairs to my door, I wanted to see that way. So it probably did get, if there's a camera there, probably did a
See,
Well,
I
if
really
you
wonder
good
did
if
view
that
of that.
if it has like two different lenses on it, because to me it looks like it's pointed down the street.
Hmm.
like two different diagonal cameras like that.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it could be. Those are
That's what I
pretty
didn't understand about
inexpensive.
that camera, because it looks like it's pointed down the street, so you're not catching anybody that actually goes up to your door. But you'd
Yeah.
see who's driving in or driving out, you know?
You know the part that gets me in the PCA is where it says he attempted to pull in the driveway, got stuck, backed out, and then drove down Queen Road, did a 3-point turn, and then back around Queen Road Apartments. So he was attempting to drive into the driveway. What was he attempting to drive into the driveway for? Was he missing another vehicle? Was he, going to pull up in the driveway and go through the front door? Was he going to go around the side of the house? What was he going to do if
I don't know.
supposedly that was true?
I'm not gonna be surprised when the white car driving around has nothing to do with the crime.
Right. I mean that just came from the PCA, so
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. I'm like, man, and Jeff and I have talked about that as well. The respectful guilters we are, we've talked about that thoroughly about the tire mark. We talked about. I thought that he possibly slid off the turn there as he was turning. He clipped it, got too close, and just went over the edge right there and got caught, got stuck, and then had to back out. Would that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had
I mean, the
heard from
description's so
somebody.
vague.
I had heard from somebody. I don't know if it's true or not, but that there was their opinion or what they had heard was that maybe one of the trash cans had also been knocked over, and I don't know if that the implication is that because I'm thinking, see if you can see my cursor, I'm thinking he parked back here somewhere like here because there's no windows on this side of the house. Came out the sliding glass door, got in a car, went down this way, lost control a little bit, near maybe almost hitting this curb. But that would also explain if that's true what I heard about one of the trash cans being knocked over. I could see maybe if he jumped the curb in trying to not lose control.
Yeah,
But
trying to get
when I
out
listened to the
fast.
sound of the car speeding away at 421 and 19 seconds, if I've listened to it and tried to imagine. Okay, it sounds like I think he's making a turn, losing a little control. Then there's a moment where I'm imagining he's like, "Oh crap, that was close," and then he hits the gas to take off to go down Queen to, you know,
You know how we've been given little
Japan.
nuggets, like they said. Supposedly Xana's dad said that they were eating pizza, right? Was that pizza delivered? Was it bought at Walmart? Did they, was there any way to trace back a receipt to show if that was true? Was there any
Mm,
pizza in their stomach? Things of that nature. I mean, that's evidence right there. Okay.
Right.
So that plus the DoorDash, if the DoorDash was not even eaten, if there wasn't a drink, if she didn't touch the drink or any of that, that means that possibly she was already gone before the DoorDash order got there. Now, if the DoorDash order was gone, like if she ate the burger or Ethan ate the burger or the french fries and you found particles of food in their stomachs from that DoorDash order plus the pizza,
mm,
then you would be able to say, okay, well, this is true. But a lot of that goes into the forensic part of it. You have to dissect deeper than the surface, and we're unable to see that, but they know all this. They know all this information. So think about that DoorDash order. If there's no food eaten, there's none of the drank. Who would get a DoorDash order and not instantly eat some of it? Was it dropped on
Right.
the floor? Where was it placed? Was it even in the room? Did it even make it in the house? You get what I'm saying? Was there fingerprints of any of the victims to pick up the order off the bag? Who picked up the bag? You would surely have fingerprints of somebody that touched that bag other than
Right.
the DoorDash driver. So if none of that is on there, it has to make you think.
I mean, that's all we can do right now is think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can we get
Exactly.
the report on what was in their stomach, what was digested,
Come
who
on,
picked up
Twiz,
the
get on
DoorDash
it.
driver? Like, there's so many questions about this thing that we just do not know.
Hey, you're a local man. Go slip a 20 to the corner or go to
Well,
Spokane.
I'll
Go to
give Mabbit
Spokane.
some favors for
Yeah.
some info.
Hey, you'll be in the courtroom and say, hey, I'll give you front row seat if you just chill with me. I want to pick your brain on some stuff. She
Yeah,
sounds like
Twiz,
somebody
if you
that's
did,
very open minded and will talk about it to anybody, you know.
didn't I just read that I think Rory's channel has like 11,000 subscribers now? And I mean, I know when I first saw him, he was at the wasn't he at the Jack in the Box, boots on the ground? I think that was the
Yeah.
very first time I remember seeing him. Shoot, man,
Yeah.
Twiz, you're right there. Your channel, can
Well, he
could
was in
explode.
town yesterday and he didn't say hi to me, so
Man.
Oh man, denied.
yeah.
Let me ask y'all one more thing and then I gotta cut it, okay? You see where that little building is, right? Directly across from 1122. There's a pole right there, and then there's that little building. I don't know if it's a utility building across from that silver car. There's steps to go down there. You see that? Can you zoom in a little, Jeff?
Which part?
Right there.
Wait, wait,
Like
right
zoom
in this
in.
area.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that area. Okay, so do you do y'all remember hearing that? When the girls got home, there was supposedly some people around that tree that were yelling out their names. How true do you think that is?
I don't know
Do you
that I've heard
believe that
that.
there was actually people watching for them to get home?
There were people at the tree yelling their names before they got home
No, as the DoorDash driver, or not DoorDash, shit. The
as
ride share,
the rideshare driver.
yeah, the ride share driver. Hell, they were with I don't want to start that rumor. They were with the DoorDash driver. They dropped off the food. No, they were with the ride share driver. They were getting out of the ride share. As they were getting out of the ride share, there was supposedly some people by that tree yelling out, Kaylee, Kaylee, as they were
Hmm.
walking in. I don't know how true that
Who
is.
who would know that?
I don't know. I don't know. But I heard it. I heard it from, where did I hear that from? Mm, I swear I need to write all this stuff down because I present it as facts and I don't like doing that because
Well,
I
you're
don't
not presenting that as a fact, so don't worry
yeah,
about that.
yeah, I don't like to present stuff that I don't have anything to back it up. But I
Yeah.
remember hearing that. I think it was when somebody was talking about the Linda Lane stuff. They were supposedly that was a signal that whoever was going to take them out was, hey, they're home, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't foresee them signaling by yelling out their names. That
Yeah,
would be the worst signal ever. But it could be true. Maybe they had friends that saw her get out of the car.
yeah.
Who knows?
I
Here's
mean, the
a
way that people think about this, or the way that I read about people and their understanding of criminal activity, it's like some of y'all would be on America's Dumbest Criminals if you really went with your analogy of how things happen. There's no way that some of this is possible. I mean, and that's why I don't like to get on here to discuss things that I can't back up. You know what I mean? Like I try
Yeah.
to I try to back it up with visual, whatever stuff like that. But Some
That's
of it,
part of the problem with this case is there's so many like crazy conspiracies going on.
there's a better picture. That's a good picture, Jeff. You can
Yeah,
actually
no,
see.
I heard you talking about that window earlier on the right
Yeah,
side
you
door.
can you zoom into Xana's window a
Yeah.
little more? Okay, you can't really see because she had
Looks like
blinds
there's
on.
like a computer chair.
Yeah, a computer chair and a little lamp looking thing right there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you the other night, 12th grade, you were talking about the computer monitor that said no network. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that that's actually from the front of the house. That's like shot through. That's Kaylee's window. That was through here
yes,
because you can see this little black thing with the
Yeah, it's her
snow on it.
TV.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's wall mounted.
yeah,
yeah.
yep. That's it. That's it.
That just eerie to think about that house just stood still after that night. You
Yeah,
know?
like frozen in time.
Yeah.
And I'm scouring trying to find. It's like they were all photographers in that area were said, do not photograph 712. Don't show that
Yeah.
camera
I
on the front of
know.
it. It's like,
I
come
know, man.
on.
I know. I got you on that one. Yeah.
Well, there was a YouTuber that was out there on the corner and she was walking backwards and it's like, okay, it's about to come into view. It's about to come into view, and then she pans over to the front of
Yeah.
the house. It's like, oh, come
I
on.
wonder if 712 is where that neighbor. There was some neighbor who was trying to give him a tip early on, and he had a gun, and everyone started saying that he was the killer. Maybe
Wow.
that's his house.
Wow.
Like the kid was trying to help,
Yeah.
and everyone online started saying that he was the killer. I honestly don't blame people for like locals for talking about this case because look at what happened on Grub Truck. Everyone that walked by was labeled a potential suspect. Like it's wild.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is an interesting image if you think about
I'm
like
thinking about
this.
coming to Moscow in November, Twiz. I might have to meet up with you, brother.
Yeah, if
You can
there's
give
hearings
me
going on.
you can give me a tour.
I know nothing about Moscow. I can drive in from Pullman, go to Walmart Winco, and I did go to Humble Burger.
Yeah.
And then I can go to the courthouse. But I mean, we could Google Map anything, you
Yeah,
know.
I'm trying to get Jeff to go with me, man. So
I think it'd be
I,
cool.
I
I
can
think we
have a
should.
cameraman while I do the
Yeah.
commentary.
I had like
Yeah.
5 people that
See,
wanted to go to that one
got it
hearing,
right here. 12 gauge, ready to go.
and then they canceled it.
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting about this image here is that if you imagine, this is the house, obviously. This building is directly in between it and where the Linda Lane camera is on the other side
Right.
of this building. It's really so any sound that is coming from inside this house has to go around, or between the buildings.
Yeah,
And
I
not
don't
that that's
foresee.
impossible, but
Yeah, I don't foresee Linda Lane
you know,
picking up any audio from the house.
and I can tell you that the person that owns the Linda Lane camera said in an email to me that he didn't see that camera picking up the sound of anything inside, that house.
Yeah, I don't. That I mean, because the apartments there are loud with the people that live inside of it, so you're gonna have combating audio from the inside of its own apartment.
And check this one too. This one is from the other direction.
Wouldn't those trees next to the house kind of muffle any sounds that you'd get from that house, anyways?
Yeah, you'd think that too.
So I mean, if you
Yeah,
imagine with this one here, see the camera.
Who
The
had the
camera is
drone
right
out?
here.
Jeff. No.
This photograph. No, I didn't do that. This photograph came from the landlord's realty site. I think it's still up on there. It's a very high quality image. You can see, you can zoom way in, but
Yeah,
so
Why
you've
didn't he
got.
use high quality to put on his apartments, man?
it uses up a lot of data.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, the camera I've got the same camera almost. I think I'm off by one model number. I think he said his was 522A. This is a 520A. but it I think it functions pretty much the same. But there are a lot of settings. You can set it for high quality, or you can set it for crap quality, depending on how much data you want to be using.
Hey
But
Jeff, you
this is
want to
where
show
this was
that
the
video right quick that you took on your camera?
yeah. I'll do that.
Why don't you
But
show
look,
that real
just
quick?
so that so since we saw the other side, we saw the house there, the building between it, and then the camera is here. This is the steps where those people go up at 1227. You know, and for I think by now everybody knows this is a dead end right here. You can't get to the where the house
See, I
is going
was
to happen from
questioning
here.
that. I didn't realize that was a dead end. I thought you could go around that tree.
Yeah, this is the end of Linda Lane, and then over here this is Queen Road that wraps around the apartment buildings. Yeah, and that's how I first reached out to the landlord, because I saw an apartment tour video where they actually had, this is 1320 down here. This is where the camera that shot down Taylor Avenue is located. He had two videos that were an apartment tour. There were two units in 1320. She showed the apartments, and then she walked up the hill up to here and went up these stairs, hung a left, and showed the laundry room. And I reached out to him to ask if because I know when I shoot videos I got a lot of extra footage I didn't use. That's like, I'm trying to see if you had any extra footage of this, and then it was shortly after that that those videos were taken down from YouTube. So hopefully I
Hmm.
didn't cause that. And I'll say it again because I've said it about 100 times by now. Lana on Truth and Transparency showed those videos during one of her live streams, so they still exist there.
Right.
um, I would be looking for them if it were me, because I think it'd be. I mean, best I can do. I had one still frame that I took of her walking up. I don't know if I could find it. I don't know if I
Well, I mean,
Google it
there's
that
a
well,
lot
but
of trees around that area, so any kind of sound would be muffled out, I would believe, even in the winter without the leaves. I mean, there's a lot of wooded area. Wouldn't that muffle out the sounds?
oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
think
you
I'm.
you have sounds in between there. You
Yeah,
not only do you have to get the sound from the house to there, but you have to come like these two apartment buildings on the right,
yeah.
like that sounds in between it, and that sound's gonna echo back and forth out of it and kind of interfere with it. Like I just don't see any way sounds from that house hits that camera. Unless someone's like outside screaming or something like crazy loud, but
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the microphone is this little tiny dot, like right under that white light. I don't know
hmm
if you
Man,
see
that's
it.
nothing. That's
Wait, let me get.
nothing.
I need to catch some.
That'd be a hell of a microphone to
If you
pick
can
up that
see
sound.
that little tiny
yeah, you can
dot
kind of
at the
Yeah,
see
very
the
bottom. There we go.
reflection
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where the microphone is. That's a tiny, tiny microphone. This camera's under $100. I've got a microphone over there that's like $600, and I don't see that mic picking up what's going on inside that house. Um, but wait, what was the video? Oh, the video clip of the. Let me find that. It's in my movies.
Hey, Chief, how you doing, brother? I'm going to tell you one time, Rolo, and one time only. This isn't everybody else's chat, so if you come in here starting crap, I will block you. And you can put that on everything.
All right, so there's a bunch of videos. I'll just pick one at random here, but so I started finally playing with this camera, and here is just one of the shots, just pointed out at the road. Okay, so what's I think is kind of cool is it's got pre-roll and post-roll. So I think it's always kind of recording and always kind of deleting, so that if you can choose to say, well, I also want not just to start recording the moment motion triggers it, but also show me like 2 or 3 seconds. I think you can set that
Oh, that's cool.
what's prior to the motion trigger, so you don't miss anything of the triggers. Like if you'll see, once I hit play, the thing that triggers this video file clip doesn't happen right away.
This is that camera.
Yeah, yeah. and it's set to infrared mode. All this tree that seems to be lit up. I turned the lights off on the front of my house. That is all the infrared. There's little red lights on this
Right.
that show up, and that's what is lighting that up. If I
Probably
turn,
like 8 of them.
if I turn, actually, wait. You know what? There's a little screenshot I took. If I can't find it right away, I know I sent it to 12 gauge. I can find it. Here, oh, it's right here. First one. This is actually from the settings menu in that camera.
So,
So that's
that
the
car that
configuration.
went by
What it looked like
there,
about 16 or so lights.
the car that went by there at that speed, how do you think that other camera zoomed in on that? Do you think that was from the telephone zooming in,
Yeah, I
or
think she just got, because you can see the reflection of her phone. She's like right up on the screen, I think. But if you want to show this 12 gauge, this is shows the configuration of the little infrared lights that come on the camera. Can you pull this one up, 12 gauge?
sure?
Yeah, so it shows you like a little
Oh wow.
sample of what it looks like without it, and then what it looks like with, and it's just these little, and they're visible. You can actually see them with your eye. It looks just like that when they're on. Actually, I don't know if I can. Why didn't I try? I was thinking of showing this before, but I couldn't. Oh, because I would have to go into. I could. Let me just go into the menu.
There's a documentary I've watched with like lions in Africa, and they record them with infrared at night. It's wild what you see.
So, how are those cameras mounted? Is it like 3 screws or whatever?
Yeah, it's got oh, hold on. Oh, let me turn off my mic. I'm getting echo on my end. Audio. Okay, audio off. Yeah, it's got a plate like this, and then I think it screws onto these 3 tabs, locks like
Rotates
that.
on.
Yeah. See, it's got the bottom cable tucks into
Okay.
here. But yeah. See, if I put on. Oh, it should be on now. Why is it not on? Oh, okay. Let me switch it over to night mode. Because you can set it on auto, color, or black and white. And black and white is in essence infrared. But you can see, there you go. Now it's got the red lights on it. So, and this doesn't rotate by like any kind of little motor. You just position it, and then you just, like they did in Linda Lane, you put it there and you forget about it. I'm probably sure he
Right.
thought, we'll never need any of this footage from this camera for anything. But if you want to see it, let me bring that clip back up, because I know 12 gauge and I were talking about like just the. Actually, let me find the one that I texted you, because that one had like the blur of the headlights was kind of similar in nature to the gas station photo. All right, here comes. Oh, is that the right one? I got 2 of them open. Let me make sure that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one.
That is an actual good shot, Jeff. Like,
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good quality.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about quality, so I know I've got my
Did you plan
quality
the
cranked
white
up.
car going by too?
Yeah, if you listen real close, right as it gets to about here, you can hear me say, "Brian." No, just kidding. Look, no tinted windows, I would say, right?
Wow, that's
Kind of see
crazy.
through.
But that kind of goes with what we were talking about the other day, as far as seeing white as white, and the colors kind of blending in black and white or whatever.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, I
see
wish
what
we
would
could test
happen.
that.
Let me see what would happen. I'm going to try and simulate. I'm going to try and take a picture of that with my phone. But see, the thing is, I got to be able to have a little light hitting my phone because we see the reflection of it. Kind of hard to get the same deal. Yeah, it's not really worth. It's nothing more than it would look on your end. It would look less like nothing more than just zooming into it. But yeah, so there's pre-roll and there's post-roll, so you can determine. Now, from what I understand, the Linda Lane camera was doing two things. It was recording constantly, and it was also recording triggered video clips. So I think, and from what I understand too, it was the very next day he provided the password so that the FBI could go check out. And I think he said it was 30 days worth of video clips. And I would imagine they didn't just look at a couple days here and there. They probably said, okay, we have access to all 30 days. Let's take all 30 days. Because who knows? Something
Look
nefarious could have
how
been
look how
happening
those
30 days back.
lights.
But
Look how
they
those
didn't
lights.
request for the cameras coming into Moscow to be preserved.
Well, now, is it, do we know though that they're not those types of cameras that guy from the Idaho Transportation Department talked about, where they're 24 hours and then they're gone? They're really. It sounds like
That
they're
I
more.
don't know.
It sounds like
But
they're
it
more for
sounds
like when
like,
there's an accident and they need to see
right.
live what's going on for the ambulances and.
It sounds like there is a time frame that Moscow PD could have submitted a preservation on those cameras, and they didn't do it. That's what I'm wondering. Like, what's the time frame they have? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. What do you think, Twiz, about like? I mean, you're in there in the room. You get a sense of these. You know, when these detectives step off the stand. I'm like wondering, are they trying to just? This isn't the place for them to just be spilling their guts. The trial is the place where they spill their guts. This is the place where they say the least,
Right.
just what's needed, not
Yeah.
giving any more, any less, no more than. I mean, there's no reason for them to say, you know, all that much. So then, in essence, then we look at that and we think, oh man, they're hiding something, or you know, it's like I look at it and say they're just trying not to screw up the case, which I can understand. Where it's like some people think it doesn't make sense. Why would Bill Thompson not want to screw up the case and care about Brian Koberger's rights as a citizen? It's like, well, he's an American too. We're all Americans. I don't see that he's trying. I know I'm in the minority because we're what is it again? Respectful guilters.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jeff. Based on this, where you have it paused, you see the glare of the lights on the house and the car. Is with this camera, can you clean up that at all, or can you put a different filter on that to get a different lighting? I mean, is it possible, or is that just the image that you get?
Yeah, no, it's well, I mean, I think there are manual settings where you can adjust like the exposure and things like that, but I mean, that's something you're going to do prior to capturing anything that you're interested in watching. After the fact, this is just a video clip. There's only so much that you can do. I
Right.
mean, there is like in this camera, this is a Canon 5D Mark IV. I can shoot in what's called log, where it shoots with the black levels a little higher than normal and the white levels a little lower, so that if I blow out the sky, I've overexposed it. It's okay. I can still pull it back in. Or like with raw is what's used with still pictures. With raw, I mean, there's a picture I took of this family as a little family portrait. That sky was just white, just solid white. It's what it looked like on my camera. I thought I left that photo shoot feeling like, oh man, I don't feel like I got the shot I wanted. And then I brought it into Adobe Lightroom, which is similar to like Photoshop. The sky
Well,
was
I'm
there,
intrigued. I'm intrigued by this shot. Did the lighting come from the camera, or did it come from your house
Yeah, like I
garage?
said, the front of my house, where the camera is inside of, this was
Mhm.
pitch black. I turned off the lights in the front of the house. I even turned off the lights in the house because I know
Wow.
if this is really sensitive camera to light, I didn't want anything. So I was just curious. This is all And let me look one more time. I thought I had captured a clip where I had it without the infrared on, and maybe I.
Man, that's impressive. I think. I think that's an impressive shot.
Well, I think it's cool that I
It gives
finally
you a
took
different
the thing out of the
perspective.
box and started doing something with it.
Yeah, it gives you a different perspective. I mean, you can see the Linda Lane camera, but this is the camera that you set up and you made the shot happen. So it wouldn't be. I mean, you didn't alter this in any way just to appease the audience, did you?
No, no, this is just sticking out, and I'll show you too. Like, there's like moments where, just to show you the types of things that will trigger a recording. Wait, let me see. Bugs flying by. There was a cool one. I should have marked it because it looked like a ghost that flies past does a flyby past the camera.
Because, like you had mentioned before, look at that license plate across the way. It it's kind of like mirrored looking. So it'd be
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
catch a license
it's
plate.
yeah. They license reflective metal surfaces just glow. I don't know if you ever saw. There was that video of those cops that came to. They were knocking on the door of the house right next to the 1122 house,
Yeah.
and I think they tried the doorknob. But those guys, it says police on the back of their jacket, and it's very reflective. And I mean, that thing, it looks like it's glowing nuclear. Okay, here's one. No, where was it? I just saw it. This is one I was going to say for those that see things in the pixels. Okay, that's a cool one. So this one's 1631. Let me pull this one up.
So when are you going back to the courthouse, Twiz?
I'm hoping there's a hearing on Thursday,
Yeah.
but the next hearing.
Yeah. Are you gonna yell out, "We love you, Brian"? Jeff
No.
wanted you
Let
to
me
do
turn the
that.
sound off just because I was listening to YouTube videos at the same time sometime on some of these clips. So I'm sure. Yeah, here's the. Now actually this is kind of cool. Can I zoom in on this? I don't know if I can. No, I can on videos. I can just do it on stills. Look at the path where that bug that flies by. You see, like, okay, there's that frame right there. Now keep looking at that spot. But see, as it leaves, you can see the pixels where it was. It's making new pixels because that thing is no longer there. And I think a lot of the motion and movement that we think we're seeing in some of that Linda Lane footage is nothing more than the pixels. You know, basically, my limited understanding of this is that the camera and video compression technology, what's the point of recreating all these other pixels that haven't changed? So it's just going to keep showing you the same stuff, and then it's just going to create new pixels where something new has occurred, which is what, that thing flying through the picture. But I don't know if you can see it very well, but you see those pixels and that right in this
Yeah, it's like a
this
ghost
area.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a bow or an arrow coming your direction, man.
But I mean, it also says a lot for. Let me see if I can look at the info. This is how many frames per second. So this is a 12, 13, 12 and a half frames per second. So this is a kind of blur you would expect from something moving rather fast, shot at 12 and a half frames per second. Same kind of thing is happening with the lights on that car at the gas station. It's just moving fast. It's this,
Hey Jeff, when
so.
this light is on, can you see it on like that, or is it just
No,
in
to the eye
in the camera?
it looks dark. Yeah, it's only on the
Okay.
camera. Yeah, it's a really wild. Yeah, it'd be cool to. Makes me want to get like infrared just glasses to put on and walk around it. Maybe that'd be a little like Silence of the Lambs. That's a little creepy.
I wonder if you can get those, or that just like night vision?
Yeah, I would imagine. that they're available to, somewhere.
Yeah.
I bet they're not cheap. I would think
No.
they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Like here's another one. Here's just to show you the sensitivity. This right here was not much motion at all, and it triggered the camera to make a new clip. This one I think is just a little bit of a bug that goes past the kind of the lower center of the frame. Here it comes. Boom, right there. That's it.
And that triggered it?
And that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because I don't see anything else moving at all until that happens.
Right.
Also, too, let me see if I can figure out. Okay, so and it
Is
happens
that
right at like
is that your
5 second.
fingerprint right there, Jeff? Or is that a tree?
Where's
The
that,
little blip on the
here?
screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
That's just a lens flare from this light.
Oh, okay.
Usually, like lens flares, you can usually like if I were to move the camera to the right, this lens flare would center up with this light. But because
Oh, okay.
With the center,
It's
of
just
the,
not
the,
sitting
the
like
image.
perfectly aligned with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if I put this garage light in the center of the frame, this lens flare would probably be in the center of the frame. As I move this light out towards the right, then this lens flare, it's almost like you can imagine like lines drawn from here and here, And then I think there's another one that's happening over here. It's catching a little piece of it, but I tell you what, the reason that I have 10 YouTube accounts isn't because of the true crime stuff. It's because there's a woman on YouTube that is convincing or trying to convince people that this type of stuff, lens flares, are aliens that live here amongst us, and this is proof of it. And she talks about like ectoplasm, and if she'll see like raindrops on camera lenses of cameras up by the Naval Observatory, the telescopes, and she'll say as the lights are bending from all the water on the lens, this is the aliens, y'all. And then you'll see like I'm thinking senior citizens gauging from some of the stuff they're saying. Senior citizens sending like here's $200, $300, like you're helping, and I'm like, so basically,
well, shit,
I think
for $200, I'll do that too.
Let's start a new channel tomorrow night with doing stuff like that.
I'm on the unpopular side, I'm like, BK's innocent, y'all are crazy, and there's just not enough people on that side yet.
That was an awesome presentation, Jeff. It's good to see stuff like that because, when you just see one perspective, you're just like, man, I don't know. I don't know about what I'm seeing. But when you see a lot of different variations, then you can kind of put your mind around a lot of different things in a different way,
And to give you a sense, here's like, so this basically creates a folder with the date. And I figured that out because I didn't realize I had turned on the camera to record only on Sunday. I like clicked all the boxes for Sunday across the whole month. And then like around midnight, I didn't realize it, but I'm like, why is my camera not working? It's not, I hadn't turned on Monday. It switched to Monday. But between 11:30, wait, let me see. 11 a.m. Wait, no. Yeah. So from 11 a.m. to like 1 a.m., there's like a total of 38 times this camera made clips. It, motion triggered it.
With like cars driving by?
Cars, bugs. I mean, that's the two things that I mainly see. It's just a vehicle driving by or bugs. Nothing else really of interest happened, which is good. I'm fine.
No cats, no nothing.
No
cats.
No cats.
No.
But I'll do more with this. I mean, when I first bought this camera, the idea was to do some audio recordings from 100 yards away. I was just trying to figure out how do I simulate, like I can get on a football field and simulate a sound from 100 yards away, but I've also got to simulate 100 yards away behind walls of a house. So I don't know if that means putting somebody like maybe in a car, have them scream, see if you can hear it from 100 yards away while it's behind.
Well, I was thinking maybe an apartment building or something, Jeff, with 2 flights of stairs, and you could have the camera like, I don't know, outside somewhere, maybe 20, 30 feet, maybe longer.
Well, when you guys come out here, we can just set up cameras at Linda Lane and go yell by where the house was.
Hey, that's
Yeah. Ooh, that would be
Well, I have enough
exactly the
people.
test.
yeah, that's true.
You know, if
We
we
need
did
a
do
dog.
that,
We
maybe.
need a dog, though. You have a dog?
I can find one, I'm sure. My upstairs
Heather, can we borrow
roommate
your
has one.
dog?
I could bring Nanook. He'd. I don't know how well he'd fly or drive all that
Yeah.
way.
Well, we need a little bitty dog, like Murphy size, so it'd have to be a little dog.
Oh, you know, let me. I think I might have done. Did I do a little sample? I was curious to see what this camera does to colors when it goes into
That's what I was
infrared.
wondering.
Because I
You only
think
have one camera, right?
no, actually I have two. Um,
Because you
I
should
got a
set
two
up
pack
one
of
on
these.
one side of your house and then one on the other side of the house, but have the other side with lights on and see if they could pick up different colors when the cars drive by.
Let me show this first, Jeff.
Hmm.
Shown this before. I haven't seen it in a while. It's gonna make me smile.
Oh, I know what it is.
That other dog just eating a bone, being like, "Shut up."
And I think he was just trying to let a little bit of the play clock run down.
Dogs are so funny.
You know, I think I could do it this way. I just was making sure that I'm not pointing the camera at anything that's going to dox me. But if you want to take a look at this, this is just a bunch of crap on the shelf to my right.
Let's see.
And if I
Oh
go,
wow, that looks
so
like a
that's
horror movie, like what
so
you'd film
here's
a horror movie with.
so here's color mode, so you can get a sense. Like that photo knockout book is in bright yellow, and here's when I switch it to black and white.
No, that
So
wasn't
I think
Murphy. It's just a random golden doodle pic I got off or video I got off of YouTube.
actually to give you an idea too of like, let me turn off the light that's here. Find the dang switch.
Are you gonna trip out, Jeff, if there's a ghost that appears?
Definitely, yeah. Well, I still got some light. There's still light here. Um, but then if I turn, come here. It's all upside down and backwards the way I'm holding it. There we go.
Yeah, they do bark. That dog had a very distinctive bark. Also, I mean, it kind of inhaled and took a very deep breath and barked until it had no breath left. Sounded like.
Well, you can see with the R2D2, I mean,
Yeah, that's why I'm comparing everything to.
white is white, but I think Twiz, you were pointing out, like, could the car have been a bright yellow? You know, I mean, this is yellow. Can you see my mouse? Is it? Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is yellow.
that looks
the bright
pretty
yellow.
similar. Even
So
the skin on the dudes up top, like that, pretty much all looks white too.
Yeah.
And the Fallout dude's arm or vest or whatever is blue, and it's showing up pretty light on there too.
Rondi says,
oh, it
"Is
doesn't
that a
work.
gnome on there? You have a gnome?"
A gnome? Do I have a gnome?
Yeah.
Where did I have a gnome? I think I do have a gnome somewhere. Oh no, that gold thing in the back.
Yeah.
Is that what you were talking about? No, that's actually a video award.
Oh
That
wow,
tall
nice.
pointing thing. Well, this is good to know. This camera doesn't focus up super close like this very well.
In my opinion, she says I have a real link. My son had a red truck, but at night it looks white.
Yeah, but see how blue that is, and then when you turn the infrared on, it's pretty light. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me do this real quick. Let me turn off all the lights in the basement here. Wait, hold on. Let me stop this for a sec.
You're playing with fire now, Jeff.
I mean, that car could be any color, judging by this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the only light that I've got right now is actually coming from the computer monitor. Let's see. Let me turn that down.
Heather's cracking me up, man. Look at this. Jeff H proves it's not BK. All the guilters lose it.
Right? That'd be funny. Someday I'll convince
Okay.
Jeff.
All right. So this
Aquarius,
is
thank you so
very.
much for being here and being an awesome mod. You have a good night. See you on the next one.
I'm telling y'all,
Actually, let's go back to the.
and prove BK's innocent. Last hearing, nobody knows it yet, though.
Night, Aquarius. You have a good night.
So it is
See, that
very,
yellow
very
just
dark
looks like
in
so
here.
much stuff. Put up that Fallout guy next to the yellow.
Oh yeah. See, I can't even see. This is just like Silence of the Lambs. I can't see at all where. Okay, where's the spot where he
But that
last was here?
R2D2 is white, so I mean it's not changing one bit. The blue is still a different color. It's kind of
Yeah,
black.
it's like it's
Gray.
not white, but it's still light. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
Does infrared work off lasers,
I'm not
or is that
sure.
just a light?
Marla, good to see you here.
I'm assuming that's just a light on that.
I have to look into it because I mean it has definitely has to do with those red lights that come on.
Right.
Um, I'm assuming too that maybe there's no
Yeah,
coincidence.
Heather
It's
said the
called
blue is
infrared
still
and the lights
white.
are red.
But the blue on that dude's bandana looks dark.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, see,
But
this
his
is
shirt is
darker.
white. Wow.
Yeah, see, there's in color mode, and here's back to black and white
And there's
infrared.
the ghost.
So let me give a little bit of light back in here so I can see at least something when it goes to color mode. Jeez, can't see anything. Boom. Yeah, so I just turned the regular light back on. Here's
So surely it wouldn't
so you get
matter
an
if it was
idea.
outside or inside, right? Color's color.
Yeah, I don't. Right, right. I don't think that would matter.
See, that's
Now,
so weird that the bandana is still dark. Like you could tell that's a dark color, but the
Yeah,
dude right next to him's
like the red
jacket does
kind of
not.
turns to gray. You see how the red turned to gray a little bit
Yeah.
in the bandana?
let's see. What about this thing? This is a dark green little label maker.
It's like green and orange.
Oh,
Turn this light
wow.
off.
How could you
This is
tell what color
interesting.
that was at night?
Hmm.
Right. This is interesting. This right now I've got my light that was lighting my face turned off. Now I'm going to turn it on. You can't see a difference.
Mm-mm.
No.
That's weird. Yeah, see, here's what I was doing. I'll put it in color mode and show you the difference. This was with the light off, obviously. And then when I turned it on, if I hit the right button, there you go. So that's what I was doing, and you don't see the difference in that.
Makes
I mean,
you
I wonder
really
if that
wonder.
means.
If all those cameras they have around that house are infrared, there's no way they could even tell it's a white car. I'm sorry. They better have some better footage than that.
Yeah, I agree with you. But when that Jeep showed up, it was kind of it didn't look red, but then when it got to the color, it was red, right? That Jeep that dropped off those 3 people, 4 people.
Oh,
Yeah.
when it switched into
Mm,
color.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Once you switch into color mode, yeah, you're seeing the you're getting a representation of the color.
So if somebody said, "Hey, you're looking at a label maker, what color is it?" To me, I'd have to say grayish.
Yeah, like a dark gray
Yeah.
with some gray
What about
buttons.
this? What what color what color is this roll of tape?
Gray.
I don't
White.
know.
White.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Wow.
orange.
It's like bright
Hey,
Oh,
send
bright
me that
yeah.
tape.
orange.
Wow. Why do you have tape, Jeff?
Oh, I mean, it's gaffer's tape. It's every videographer has to have it for taping down cables. I actually
Yeah.
bought some white tape, which is very handy because it makes it great for labels. If you've got
So
Sharpie white
everybody says
gaffer's tape.
white, Jeff. That tape is white, but it's really not white.
Yeah,
How
they
about this?
better.
How about this little?
Guys, I'm gonna be mind blown if they arrested this kid because they thought his car was white driving by cameras like this that night.
Check this one out. This is interesting. What color do you think this little notebook is? Let's
I
show
can't
you.
Yellow.
even guess.
Look at that. You can't even see
Green?
Wow.
the lettering isn't even visible in infrared.
Hey, you know that people say there's a green Elantra that lives around that house, right?
Yeah.
Look at what that just did to it.
Yeah. It turned it white.
That's insane.
Now, the other thing is too, though. Keep in mind these little red lights that are on this camera are very close to the subject it's shooting. The Linda Lane camera in the distance to the car that does the U-turn. I don't see that having that big of an influence. I mean, like pointed out the front of my house, you can see I think it did have an influence on that tree that was to the left. But I think
Yeah,
out to the street, I don't know. I'm not sure. That's
it
maybe why
might.
it's seen on reflective objects, because like the trucks that are parked in front of the light bulb camera place, those license plates are pretty bright. But as you go further back, the truck that's parked by the dumpster in that same shot, it's not as bright. So I don't, the light is only going to travel so far. I was
Yeah,
trying to
I
see if I
actually
had
think it
anything
kind of
that.
work, or it depends on the shade of color it is, what the material it's on. I think there's a lot of things that could play into this.
And I'm only showing
Hey
this because I
Jeff, I'm
found
gonna
it
show
found
you.
this at a
I'm
yard
gonna
sale.
show you a pic. Let me see if I can get it.
Anybody know what that is?
It's a speeder from Star Wars,
Yes.
of course.
Got it at a yard sale. This little girl the mother was letting the little girl do the sales, and
Uh-huh.
she didn't even know like dollar amounts or anything, but you can see it's marked 50 cents, and so her mom told her what it said, and she said 50 cents please, and I gave her $1, and then she's like, no, it's 50 cents. It's like you'll
Take the
learn,
50
you'll learn.
cents.
Take the $1. But let's see what this does.
Better put that extra
Actually, I
50
was looking
cents in
for
your
something
college
that's
fund, girl.
reflective.
Oh wow. I just got a handful of pictures. Awesome. I'll have to look at these.
It's pretty cool though. When I first got this camera, I had to power the camera separately from the Ethernet cable. So this right now is plugged in with an Ethernet cable, and because I've got this little contraption, the power now runs through this. So it's just one cable instead of two cables. I used to have to,
Well, that's cool.
hook power onto here. So this is much easier. I'm trying to imagine how to mount these actually on my house, but I don't. When I stop and think, it's like, gosh, do I really want to cut into the walls, and do I want to you know, I don't know. Still haven't figured that part out. I just don't have anything reflective like that would simulate a license plate. I don't think. So I've got some.
If you're still in here, thank
I
you for
think this
them
is.
photos, bro.
I think this is Mucinex. Either that or it's some illegal drug. Don't tell anybody. No, that's not really reflective. That's just like foil.
Yeah.
Foiled again.
Wow, what is that?
There's a light meter. Okay, what color? What color is this light meter?
Red.
I don't even know.
Can you tell I like
Orange.
Orange.
I like orange too.
Yeah, I do too. That's my
I
favorite
got all
color.
sorts of orange stuff.
All right, here's one I bet you can guess just because you'll know it when you see what it is.
Jeff does have a lot of toys, doesn't he?
Yeah, my
Oh,
desk
that's
is filled with
red.
toys.
Red, black, and white. Eddie Van
What do you
Halen's
think?
guitar,
What do you think,
Stripes.
chat? Is he right? Is he right? Yep. One of these days I'm gonna have a real one, but till then I've got this one.
So if it's a red car, we would never know.
Oh wait, this has got. Well, I don't think those are real reflectors. Darn.
Yeah, do that
On
side.
Eddie's actual guitar, these are real reflectors.
Go take off your neighbor's license plate.
Hey, do that side, Jeff.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's go to infrared.
That is wild, man. You can't tell nothing
color.
other than the black.
What about a guitar slide?
Jeremiah asked, I wonder if it's possible to convert to CCTV footage to color mode.
If it's possible to what?
Like the Linda
Convert?
footage?
No, I don't think so.
To convert
Not
it to,
accurately anyway.
like the
There's probably
infrared
some like AI thing you could do, but is it real?
Yeah.
Technically, you
thing
can
that
Photoshop anything, but
yeah.
go on, Jeff.
Or I don't know that you'd use. A lot of people say Photoshop, but Photoshop is really for still images. You could
Yeah.
use something like After Effects to do video.
Is that a bullet casing,
I mean,
Jeff?
No.
Guitar slide.
This is Richard Allen's bullet.
That'd be a big ass bullet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just a slide. These are cool. I don't sell these or make commission off of these, but have you ever seen these? They're a little Bluetooth speaker. But what's cool, I didn't know it when I bought it, but on the bottom, this is a shutter, Bluetooth shutter trigger. So you can set up your camera, go stand in front of it, and then click this button, and it'll release the shutter. You know, take a picture without you holding your camera. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They come with they got like the little minions. I don't know. I feel like I'm running out of toys to show. Oh, here's a little pig. I think my daughter did this, maybe. Somebody did this. I don't even see it, but it's my face inside the pig. Yeah, with the little squiggly tail. So that's also on my desk. I know some of my haters are going to be like, I'm clipping this. I'm putting this in a video.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna make someone's video tonight. I guarantee it.
What about a highlighter? Let's see what a color highlighter.
So what we've learned tonight is basically in infrared night mode, everything turns into grayish white.
Oh man, if they're using infrared cameras to say that that car is white, I will die.
Yeah, it's kind of a
This is
combination. It's
actually
like a
scary,
mixture
to
of.
be honest.
It's like grayscale. It's grayscale. It's not. Well, I mean, just regular black and white video is grayscale. Just blacks to whites and everything in between that's gray. But this is also it's the reflective property of whatever object it is. I think plays a part as well.
So, like that silver focus of the police car, do you think it would have came across as silver, or would it change that color as well? Would it change it to white?
It would just look white, I think.
I almost feel like it's almost like it almost changes everything to white. What about this? This is red. Um,
It looks orange to
It
me.
looks so orange right
it's
now.
very. It's just because it's overexposed. It's very bright. There we go. See, it should be.
Okay.
It's red like the Eddie's guitar.
It's like a pretty orangey red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I go to.
White.
That's crazy.
Interesting, right?
Holy shit.
Somebody clip this
Yeah.
video and send it to Payne. Jesus Christ.
This is crazy. See, even that blue cord went white.
Yeah, the blue cord.
Yeah.
Let me bring that in here. So there's that.
Oh no,
So
kind of grayish.
but little on
A
the
little
darker
grayish.
side, yeah.
Yeah,
So
grayish.
if I switch it back to color, here it goes. Yeah, it's just to show you, it's never-ending toys around here. This is actually a Bluetooth speaker my son got me. Get the Millennium Falcon happening. What I should be doing instead of true crime is doing like stop motion, make a million like George Lucas did.
Right?
We're all fascinated. We're all eyes right now. You know, we're all eyes on you.
This is something I got at Goodwill today.
Hey,
Because I like to study like shadows and for photography, like see the shadow off the nose, just
Mm-hmm.
reveals the light quality. The larger the light source, the softer the shadow is going to be. The smaller the light source, the harder the edge. Just like the sun on a sunny day is a really small object in the sky, but once there's clouds in front of it, the light's coming from everywhere.
now if that
But the
white
best.
object turns blue, Jeff, we got a problem
Oh yeah,
here.
let's do that.
Hey, Rondi says, "What would your wife say if she walked in on you right now?"
She's probably
What
used
the
to
heck are
this.
you doing?
She's probably walked in on plenty of weird stuff, Jeff. I'm sure.
Boys with their toys.
Yeah, you're right, LA. I almost ended this an hour ago.
All right, so there's an infrared mode, and here's
Well, it didn't really change anything.
yeah. I mean, it's got kind of a yellowish when it in the real color of it. What about these lens wipes? Is this are these reflective? I know
Next
these
time
lens
you
wipes
gotta
cause-
you gotta bring a license plate in.
Yeah.
I don't think these aren't really reflective. These lens wipes cause trouble in two ways. They set off like in the airport. If you've got them in your pocket, you got to take them out. But also when you take them out and you're using them and you pull it open, everybody looks at you like you just pulled out a condom.
What is that? Wipes?
It's a lens wipe. It's a lens wipe.
Why does it set off in the airport? Does it
'Cause
metal?
I guess it's got a little bit of it's like a foil type of
Yeah.
metalish material. It sets it off.
They must have their sensors really far
See, the
up.
chat thought they were condoms.
Really? There you go. There you go.
Jeremiah says they have foil. So the
Yeah.
the covering.
This is cool stuff that I've yet to try. I saw a photographer demonstrate this. It's basically an aerosol can smoke machine. He demonstrated it, and I was like, I gotta have some of this, but I've yet to try it. Actually, we could.
Oh, I need some of that. Where did you get that?
I think maybe it was on Amazon. Okay, let's just get it. I'm gonna pick it up and spray it a little. Let's see. I mean, it's not like a thick fog, but I think if you start shining lights through it.
Right.
Let me see if I take my phone flashlight.
No, I need something like that to test the airflow in like a computer case.
You know, you give Mythbusters a different name right now, Jeff. I'm enjoying yours a lot better than their show.
I'm not really seeing much effect of that. Plus, I don't know that I want to be spraying it all over. I don't know what sensitive equipment I got here that could.
Right. What's on
I'll
it?
play with it, and then I'll return to it and show you another time what that does.
So does black turn gray or does it turn white?
Let's see. Look at this is black and plastic.
Yeah, it stays the same.
So, yeah, I think black is just gonna stay black. Okay, now I'm switching it to color.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to take the pigment out, I guess. I don't know. But that red changed colors.
And I think I can do the see, like I can turn infrared off, and then when I go to wait, where is it?
We still have 83 people in here, Jeff. They're intrigued by you.
Oh yeah. This
Thank
is
you
fun.
guys
I
for
mean,
hanging
I'm
in there.
glad that everybody's finding this interesting because I would find it interesting, and I'd just be sitting down here doing this myself anyway. So if I go to black and white,
guys. Thank you guys for staying with us here.
see, like here's the difference of just switching between color and black and white. So this is black and white. This is with the infrared feature turned off, and then here's color. And then here's black
Look what Alex said.
again.
He says BT, AT, and BK walk in and arrest Jeff.
Brian would be like, "Sure, I'll go arrest somebody if it gets me out of this cage for a little bit."
Yeah, if they busted in, what if the FBI busted in? It's like that's what what Brian Enton would be reporting. They found him. He was at a camera pointed at the stuff, and he was going between black and white and color and infrared.
Wow. You better not have any college IDs on that desk, Jeff.
Oh, check this out. This I thought was cool. This another thing I got at Goodwill. I just had to have it.
So that's silver.
It's a big metal clothespin.
It's silver, right?
It's basically like a mirror. It's a.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like a just
this should
clean
be cool.
metal
Let me
or
turn
whatever.
the infrared back on. I put the infrared back on and then see if it shows the reflection of those infrared lights in it. Let's see. This could be cool, maybe. Yeah, see those. That's the light coming from the camera, the infrared lights. Right, let me see if this is. I don't know if you can see kind of the. If you can make out the lens.
Yeah, it just kind of puts it in one big blob. Oh, you can see her like a reflection of something on the lights.
Yeah. Here's the price. Look, if you can see it, $1.99. How could I
go have your wife honk the horn in your vehicle, Jeff? 2 times. Or you, hey, you got your clicker on your truck? Make it go doop doop.
Let me see. I don't know if it. I don't think it'll reach from here. I'm in the basement. I'm in the basement of the Alamo right now.
No.
Somebody gets a reference to that, right?
Because that's basically what that was, wasn't it, guys? A clicker of them locking the doors or unlocking.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Doot doot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think weren't we speculating that it was like they locked it twice? That's why it was, it's like a beep 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 beep. You
Yeah.
hear 4
Mm-hmm.
beeps. Um,
He said on that video y'all played on swamps. Hello there. Is that beer you're carrying?
right.
Why, yes, it is. Would you like one?
Is that against the law?
No.
Those cops, man.
He said, "Are you 21?" Or no, he tells them, "I'm 21." But it wasn't even
Yeah, well,
open, was
the
it?
guy that was of age was no
No.
problem, right? He didn't ticket the guy that was legally
Well,
legal age.
apparently they got those other tickets dismissed anyway, because there's no way you can just see somebody walking down the place and stop them like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how they got them dropped.
I mean, and when they told the kids, I'm sure you can find a better way to spend $350 or whatever, that was basically a threat. When the cops in the body cam, they were telling them, "Hey, it's a $350 ticket or whatever
Yeah.
if we come back."
I hate the one where when all the roommates are gone, he's like, "Oh, so you're trespassing? How the fuck do you get that?"
Right. Yeah. How do you get that?
Well, I mean, but then when he said to Kaylee, he said that he'd rather have her spending money on beer than the
Yeah.
ticket,
Yeah.
right? So I mean,
Like that's cool when the cops do the stuff like that, but
yeah, but I mean, see, cops don't. We see like a glimpse of like I saw 3 instances with these cops and how they act. I mean, cops deal with all kinds of knuckleheads and boneheads and ugly stuff and crime and ridiculous stuff. I mean, that they keep it together at all without being.
But you know what? A
being
lot of that
silly.
is to trigger you to say something back, so they can
yeah,
make it into something.
they're trying to get you
You
to
mean like
incriminate
mods and
yourself.
chat rooms on YouTube? I've experienced that.
Like, had she smarted off to him, then he would have been like, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah, let me turn this off for now. I'm gonna look around, see if I don't know that I've got anything else that's reflective or cool. And now everybody knows that I really need to clean my desk.
Hey, shine it on your light. Let's see the glare off of that.
Let's see. Let me just make sure there's nothing doxing me over in that direction. So I'm still in infrared mode. See, the light that I've got is this.
They're calling you Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh wow, it like doesn't even look brighter when you face it.
No, it doesn't.
And then here's the microphone. And more guitars. Oh, and I've got.
Rondi says, if I see handcuffs, I'm out.
I got a Ronald McDonald playing guitar. What do you call those? Funko Pops?
Yeah.
Wow.
But his lips are just white. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Because his hair is usually red, right?
They're actually red. Let me show you.
Who's that chick from the Edward Scissorhands?
Same one that was in Stranger Things. Is that actress?
Oh, okay.
I think.
If we see boots, hey, if we see boots or goggles, we're out.
I wouldn't even care. I'd say shine the infrared on it.
Yeah.
I want to know what that looks like.
Hey, isn't that a shovel I just saw?
Hey, it's a map of Why Park.
Where's your K-bar at?
Right? Holy shit.
Yeah, hold on a second.
You have one, right?
The one thing I've always said is I'm not going to show this thing with my face in the picture because I know, especially I know one person in particular would definitely have a field with that. But yeah, this is what K-bar looks like in infrared mode. And this is
it looks white also.
So there's
Heather's like,
the
show it,
belly.
show it, show it.
And let's see what happens when I mess with this like at home barehanded. Oh look, I put my finger got stuff up under the button snap. Oops. That's okay. I'll clean the outside of the sheath later.
Man, you
and
better
forget
keep
to
that
clean
under
it.
lock and key. You better hope it doesn't get stolen.
Oh, no doubt.
Look
You
at
can
that
see
thing,
it's got.
man.
This is the 7-inch serrated edge. I don't know if you can see the serrated edge very well, but
Mm-hmm.
it's that. And then this is the hammer that I keep talking about. That I feel like I'm the only one that mentions that if you hit somebody in the head with, whoops, pointed it. Damn, it's backwards.
No, I could see that.
You know, let me see if I can. Whoa, I don't want to drop it on my foot or nothing.
Yeah, just don't stab yourself.
Yeah, don't
Although
stab.
Yeah, see if I take.
I'm just throwing it out there. Looking at blood in infrared might be kind of cool.
Yeah, Jeff, how about you stab your hands?
Really?
Come on, take one for the team, Jeff.
I thought you all were my friends. But see, like this, I don't know if you know. I mean, if you can hear that, that is a.
Oh, it
that
would
is a
definitely be
hammer right
solid.
there.
It'd be like pistol whipping somebody. I don't know why, but that looks like a USB plug-in on the bottom of that. It's kind of freaking me out. Is this
Yeah,
thing
it
like chargeable? Can you charge your phone off that? Like, what is this?
Wow. Hey, wouldn't that be
That's
something?
why. Yeah, it's got GPS on it. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's the sheath itself.
Come on, Jeff, just a little
Actually, let me
prick.
go
We
back.
want to see the blood.
No, you know what I did? I'm not going to do that, but I did take it and run it across my arm, and it like shaved it better than most razors that I've got.
Oh yeah.
This is the.
Yeah, I watched the website as they were making these things. These things are extremely sharp and durable.
They are when you first get them.
Yeah.
They don't hold an edge very well, and the tips break off.
Yeah, I've stabbed one into the floor and broke the tip off before.
That's why the K-bar wasn't a very good like combat knife.
You can see, yeah. I mean, the thickness isn't. It's not super duper thick, like on the top.
But you know, any knife will do damage regardless of how dull it is. You know, the power behind the thrust.
Once you get enough force behind it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to meet some dude in an alleyway with that.
Right.
No. And I mean, you know, in my mind, I've imagined. I wish I didn't have to hold this camera too, but, you know, you're putting it. You've been practicing in front of the mirror like Robert.
See, that's why the sheath was
driver.
left. Hey, you demonstrated it right there, one-handed. Something was taking that other hand, so he couldn't slip it back into the sheath. So he said, "Screw it! I'm going to throw it down here. I'm out."
But I'm thinking, like, you know, trying to. It was the snapping of this. You know, practicing with it. Now this button snap is sealed. My DNA may be underneath it. Before I leave the house to do the crime, I clean off all this outside, all this side. And if I forget to kind of open that up and clean it.
Yeah, Rhonda's hilarious tonight. She said, "Jeff, let's see your eyebrows."
You want me to shave my eyebrows with the K-bar?
No, she wants to see if they're bushy.
She just wants to see if they're bushy, but
no, I got no bushy eyebrows.
You could do that too. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, shave your eyebrows with the K-bar. Go, 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 go.
There we go.
Oh, my goodness.
And see, you wanted to end the live stream.
I know. Thank you, guys. I needed this. I was kind of down today, man. It was a tough day today.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah. Lost a good buddy today.
Oh yeah, I came in here late, but it sounded like somebody was talking about your friend. I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
Sorry to hear that. It's tough.
You knew them how long? 12 gauge?
Man, for a long time, at least 15, 20 years.
Do you know what happened?
Heart attack.
Oh dang.
38.
Gotta be young for that.
Yeah, 38.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Thank you
That's
guys.
too soon.
So I mean, that thing with Rolo, we might iron it out, but I want you guys to know that this isn't the place for all that. We have too much going on to be distracted by anything, and I didn't catch all he was saying, but when he exited stage right, what he said was inappropriate and immature. So he's gonna have to come and apologize before I let him back in here. And if you are friends with him, nothing against you, I just don't put up with that stuff in here.
We're grown ups and we got to choose our words carefully.
And you
And
won't attack any of my panel guests. I don't care what you believe or what you think.
Hey, let them attack me. I don't care. I think the haters are fun.
Yeah. Come on, Jeff. Just a little prick. We want to see the blood.
what's that Pink Floyd song? It says just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. Ah, and then there's oh, check that out. Here you go. In the guitar pick guard,
Oh, you got a nice
bring
reflection there.
it brings down the brightness of the reflection.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see the infrared lights pattern in there.
Oh, I really hope they
Don't
didn't
worry.
use infrared cameras. I really hope they didn't. This is
Well, I mean,
crazy.
this is technically the model or one model off of the Linda Lane camera, according to the landlord. He said
Yeah.
his was a 522A is what he thought it might be, and this one's a 520A.
So that light is coming from the camera? Those
Yeah, the
lights?
infrared.
Yeah, that's those little
Wow.
red lights. Actually, my camera's still. You can actually still see me, right, on camera. I don't have my
I don't
StreamYard
see
pulled
your
up,
reflection, bro.
but I mean, you can see. Can you see those little red lights coming in?
Um,
They don't look red, but
no, they don't look red.
Wait, where's my?
I've seen the red lights on on infrared cameras though.
Oh, StreamYard, right there.
So is this
All right, let me
camera
see if I
by
can.
movement or is it on all the time?
Yeah, see
Yeah,
that.
there you go. You can see.
Yeah.
Is it on all the time? Yeah, so what it is it's like right now it's on, and I think anytime it senses motion, like right now it's probably making a long ass video clip because it's moving constantly.
Yeah.
My hard drive will fill up, my computer will die, and I'll be like, "Thanks, guys." Yeah,
Gonna
I can
delete
see a
that clip.
movie. Oh, okay, no, you know what? It crossed over into Tuesday, so I've only got this thing set to record Sundays and Mondays.
Sundays.
So at least
Oh, you set it to Monday too?
well, no. When I was first messing with it for the first time last night, I turned on Sunday. All the you could check these little boxes for each hour. I just turned them all on, but I forgot to turn on Monday. And when it hit midnight, I was like, "What is wrong with my camera? It's not making clips anymore." so, so the same thing just happened once it crossed into Tuesday.
I just hope they had better cameras than IR. If that's what they're basing the car off. The color of the car anyway, driving by. Whew.
I think that the real secret will be, or the real powerful message will be, if they have continuous or contiguous cameras. Linda
Yeah.
Lane, then you see it on maybe 712, then maybe you see it on the light bulb, then you see it somewhere on Walenta, then you see it here, then you see it there. It's like at some point you have to determine it's like how much time between this camera to this camera is too much time, where then you'd say
Right.
that could be another car because there's been too much time between these two cameras. But if
Well,
it's
here,
like I've compared to the Macy's Day Parade, if I see Snoopy's balloon on inflatable balloon on 42nd Street. Then now it's on 43rd, 44th, 45th. It's like, is that 5 different Snoopy balloons? No, I'm pretty sure it's the same balloon. Traveling.
let me ask y'all this question, guys, because it was cold, right? Do these cameras you believe withstand the weather? Because the one on 1112 was outside. The Linda Lane was outside, and we've seen the Linda Lane one. Do you believe that at any point it may have glitched due to the weather, due to the coldness, anything like that? Do you think that maybe there was cutoffs in time due to, I don't
Some
know.
of them probably will, but if they're designed to be exterior, you'd think they'd put up with a decent amount of cold. I think it was like 28 that night at the coldest. That's not that cold.
Yeah. What was it, like 32
I think it was 28.
or 28? Cloudy and overcast.
Yeah,
Wasn't there
that's what I've
fog
said.
or something like that?
That's what people have said. But like the second time I drove out to Wawawai at night, my at least on my computer it said it was overcast at and that it was clear out.
Yeah.
So
But
who
that
knows?
road looked windy at night. I mean, if you have any kind of issues with sight, you'd have to be driving pretty slow. I mean,
I
at
mean the
least
speed
that's what
limit
I would believe, you know?
yeah, the speed limit is like 50. So I mean that's not fast, but it's definitely not really slow either. But there's also not a lot of
here's what
traffic, so you can just chill at like 30 if you wanted to and you wouldn't really bother anybody.
Yeah.
Here's what the Rio
What?
Link support site says. It says the camera may work in extremely cold conditions as low as -25 Celsius, as it will produce heat when powered on. So,
Wow.
it's interesting though to
Well,
see
that
how much
was,
stuff turns white. I mean, you know, it's and it's like when I think about the Linda Lane footage, it's like, well, I don't like in
See,
the
I would have thought red wouldn't
12.
have came out white because that red comes out white, and I thought that would show up as like a medium gray.
yeah.
You talking about this like this cable, the red
Yeah,
Yeah.
like any of
red
the red
cable?
stuff.
Yeah, they changed
Yeah.
colors. I mean, Ronald McDonald's hair, his lips, all of it changed.
That's
Now
crazy.
maybe we got a moment on the light bulb camera that's similar to what happened to the 1227 when that car turned around. The
Yeah, when you get
headlights
the
hit the
headlights on
camera
it,
and the camera switched to color mode.
they
Who
better have
knows?
something
Maybe
because if it's just all infrared, whew,
Yeah, I mean, seeing that tonight, Jeff, it really changes a
right,
lot of
right.
perspective, because I
Yeah.
mean, you have
Well,
a
the other,
different
I mean,
variation of colors.
right, right. And I'm like I've said many times, like I'm anything that I'm doing to try and figure things out. If I debunk as well as prove, that's fine. Either way, I don't care. If I were to do something here that completely proves that Brian is innocent, I'm okay with that. That's fine. It doesn't. It's it's just that I can't sit here and start speculating on things that I don't believe, like what I believe the physics of things would do. Like when people say,
right?
"Oh, there's no way that's an Elantra based on the overlay you did." It's like I would have to lie to you to agree with you because when I did the overlay, I wasn't sure it was going to fit perfectly, and I shrunk it down, positioned the left edge, positioned the right edge, and just like your hands coming together, it's like, whoa, that is a
Yeah,
match. I tried to debunk the gas station camera. It's like that's 3:45. It says on the clock that she took a picture of. It's like, okay, consider the time, all the times that the car seen at Linda Lane. Is there time to get to the gas station and get back? It's possible. I was hoping it was impossible because then we could just say, don't need to be talking about that car anymore. That car's not it.
Well, do you think the car can teleport?
Um, Only if it gets up to 88 miles per hour.
Because it's gonna be very hard for that car to be it. Let me tell you.
and you got to throw in trash and garbage and banana peels and everything when you run out of the plutonium.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to know the story of that. Did the flux capacitor did it die? So that's why he had to go to the trash, or was that just that was a now we're nerding out.
Yeah,
You know what? I don't have any Back to the Future toys on my desk. I need some Back to the Future toys. I've even got this. Let's see if I can grab it without breaking it. This was a Christmas present. It's a Lego
I was gonna say, look, you got a bigger
Fender
guitar up there.
Stratocaster.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's see if we can get more light on it.
I've got a Lego tumbler and then
It's got the
Fat
got the
Thor.
whammy bar. You have what?
That is pretty sick. I've got a Lego tumbler from Batman, and then
Oh, yeah?
Fat Thor.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Oh, that thing's gonna fall. Let me just put it right here for now.
Well, guys, I've
Check
enjoyed
this out.
this.
This was wait,
Well,
last thing.
you
This is
definitely
from
got to
this
go
is
to bed.
this is from
What's up with you and
Goodwill
this Ridge
today.
wallet? I
What
think
is
I've
it?
This out.
seen you do
This
this.
Yeah, that's
do you
an
guys use
awesome
Ridge
wallet.
wallets?
Yeah, that's an awesome
This
wallet.
wallet on the website is $90. Look at that price tag at Goodwill. $4.99.
What'd you get it? Oh my gosh!
It's
Is that why you bought it?
look, it was yeah. I mean I've already
Is
got
the
one,
wallet
so I don't really
actually
need
cool?
it.
Have you used it?
It's yeah, no, I've got an orange one, believe it or not.
Oh, nice.
You'll never
I'm enjoying this too much. It's hard to say goodnight. I mean, Jeff and I
it's
have
got
went for like 3 hours, 4 hours. You know, his wife
it's
has
got
to
my email
text him.
address on the bottom of it, but you can see it's orange.
I need to get his wife's cell
Yeah.
number so I can tell her text Jeff and tell him come upstairs.
Come to bed. But yeah, check
Yeah,
it out.
we're going to be the
This thing
talk of
is like
YT tomorrow for sure. I mean,
look at this. It's blue with like a red stripe on it.
you got that
Oh, it
again?
has like
Good.
elastic on it, so it can get like it can expand for whatever you want in it.
Yeah. So basically it's you push it's got this little cut right here. You push that so that the cards come up and fan out.
Yeah, they're
Right.
awesome.
Basically
They're
is
awesome, but I can't believe you found that at Goodwill. How much? $3?
oh
Five,
$5.
$4.99.
It's $4.99. Couldn't believe it. I saw it and I think there's got to be something wrong
Good
with
night.
this.
Woke up.
When I opened
Thank
it
you
up,
for being
it
here.
was
I'll be here
it was still
tomorrow
wrapped up.
again.
It's got the screwdriver to tighten up the little screws and everything.
Yeah, those
So
things are
we should
usually
have an
like
auction.
70
Like, let's
bucks.
take
Man.
bids.
Those things are
You
70
what? You
bucks.
give me? No, I know they're 70 when they're on sale. Like that's what I got. I got mine on sale, like $70, or maybe it was more than that. But generally, I mean, this one I looked it up. It's $90 right now online.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I never get deals like that. Never get deals. I always pay. Even that Star Wars car, the little.
There are
girl
people
got
that have
$1 out of
bought
me when it
things
was
for a
50
few
cents.
dollars at Goodwill and been like, it's worth $1 million. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you can find all sorts of good stuff at the Goodwill.
Yeah, no doubt. So
All right, 12 gauge, go to bed.
All right, guys.
I'm
y'all
signing
have-
out so he can get out of here.
you want me to play you out 12 gauge?
Hey, you going to do the intro?
Here you go.
I'll talk to you boys later.
All right,
Night,
Twiz.
chat.
Thank you for being up here. Good night, in my opinion. Good night, everybody in chat. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed the chat or the presentation. Like I said earlier, I will be here tomorrow doing Texas crime. So I'll be doing a cold case, and then Wednesday, Carla and myself will be doing another Idaho 4 profiling. So be sure to watch out on the community tab and the live tab to get those times. Thank you so much for being here and being respectful. And thank you for all your comments and laughs and everything that we went through. It's been a tough day for me. Y'all made it much, much better. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Jeff, Maestro, cue the music.
Maestro, shut off that music.